Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Top 4 podcast. 27 games done, 11 to go, as you can see on the header there. Arsenal, top of the league, top of the best, creme de la creme. My name's Peter. I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm joined by Oscar, a Chelsea fan.
Ben Chilwell's won the European Cup, the European Cup, the European Cup. Ben Chilwell's won the European Cup, the European Cup. 3 wins in a row, ladies and gentlemen.
Boom, boom.
Are we back?
Wow.
We might be back.
Chelsea have 3 wins in a row. I didn't even know that.
3 wins in a row, Robin. 3. 3.
All competitions.
Just 3s in the air, if you feel me.
All competitions. I'm joined by Robinho, a Manchester United fan.
I'm sick and tired of speaking about referees, but certain people's heads need to be slapped because what was that on the weekend? What was that?
People need slaps, yeah?
Oh, what did Everett said? Oh, I never want to use violence, but these people, they need a good slap.
That was one of the elite ever quotes. I can't lie. Mirad is in the building. He says, "Good evening to the greatest footballing podcast to answer the following question: Who is standing in solidarity with Peter if he's asked to step down from his duties from Top 4 podcast?" Look, if Peter gets cancelled,
no one. Absolutely no one.
Nobody.
If Peter gets cancelled for his tweets, he's on his ones.
What? Even if I'm not a good cause, even if it's a good cause thing.
Hey, you're not tweeting about refugees.
Listen,
that's not happening.
What? Basically, Mirad's
that's
question.
not why you're getting cancelled.
Mirad's question is: if it's a Gary Lineker thing for me, is there an Ian Wright? Is there an Alan Shearer? That's what he's asking.
But you're not Gary Lineker. That's the thing.
What do you?
You're gonna get cancelled on a Jeremy Clarkson thing.
He's not lying there.
I'm gonna get Jeremy Clarkson thing.
That's what it's gonna be.
I know you don't rate my life, blood. You don't rate my life, yeah.
Big up David NL. He says, "Big up Top 4. Always tuned in." Big up Nathan. He said he was late. He's listening to Famous Dex, but he's here. Shout out to the 3-point collectors. It ain't easy.
Tell them again, Nathan. Tell them again.
Easy. It's not
easy,
man.
Listen, Mirad's kicked us off there with a topic that has been hotly contested over the weekend. Okay. Question: how many of you, man, watched Match of the Day this weekend? Let's be honest.
I did. I watched the first 2 games.
How was it, Oscar?
I stand. Gary.
I've got a morning. One of my morning routines now. Like wake up on a Sunday and chilling. I don't go to church in the afternoon, so I'm chilling in the mornings. And I watch Match of the Day. And I watch back the goals from the day before because I never watch it at night. And obviously Chelsea won this weekend, so I was buzzing. I was like, yes, I can finally watch Match of the Day and see my team score some goals. Guys, when I turned it on, I hear no intro, no commentary, just straight gameplay footage. That's all we got.
No commentary.
No, there was no commentary. There's no commentators.
It was all the commentators back to the tape.
All man could hear was the ball.
Nobody was working for the BBC. Not a single soul.
Wow.
Maybe one person that we know in the comments. But other than him, nobody else.
Not even like a Bruce Ball, Alice Bruce Ball, Ian Dennis.
No. Guys, it was like watching replays. I heard someone mention it was like watching Euro goals. You know, they have just no commentary.
Euro goals. Oh, the Eurosport massive. If you know,
even on BT Sport, they have a show. I can't remember. It's like goals from Europe, and they just show all the goals, no commentary, nothing.
Is it just like and they show the tune that they're playing on Spotify, isn't it? There's always a Spotify link at the bottom, like
at least them man have the Spotify link. We didn't have that on Match of the Day. It was just plain.
Listen, just nothing. Listen,
so I watched up to the Chelsea game and then I just left it.
I'm actually gonna watch
BBC. BBC had a howler. They had the massive.
massive. Let's get into it.
Let's keep it a buck. They're automatically not that guy. Automatically.
Off the bat,
yeah.
Oscar. We're not even going to do it today.
Straight. Not even going to jump there.
Yeah. Go true, Robin, man. You know, like the
Listen. I always say this, like everyone has their own opinions. Every time Peter opens his mouth, we always say his views do not represent the views of the Top 4 podcast. That's what we always say. Sometimes he says our stuff, but you should always have an opinion and always say what you want to say. You can't try and get rid of the biggest man in your company's history, like the most famous guy in your company that's been doing your job for 30 years because he doesn't agree with your views. And think you can get away with it. Nah. Especially, and just the worst thing about it, especially after what he did at Qatar. It's just because one thing, one way, and all that stuff
made me sick.
And now because he's saying stuff about your country, he's like, nah, you can't say that. We're not the bad guys. Yes, you are the bad guys. And look what's happened. Not only did everyone back the thing, you are now giving a public apology at 1100 hours GMT. Do you not remember that time? And I'm welcoming him back. No problems asked. You just looked yourself like a mug. BBC, I have no sympathy for it.
Zero. Do you think, Pete, just before we get into more reactions, should we actually outline what happened just for those that don't actually know?
Yeah, so I'm gonna jump onto Lineker's Twitter page, because obviously Lineker, as I've always said to you, man, he can't not say something about something, right? He's always got something to say, and I must be honest, he bores me to death, right? So more often than not, I'm a bit like, one day this guy's mouth's gonna get him in trouble. Whatever, right?
You're wondering why we wouldn't back you.
No, I'm just saying. What I'm saying is,
you don't even agree. You don't agree with Lineker.
No, what I'm saying is, he always has something to say. Even topics.
I agree with. Yeah.
Listen, and anybody can talk about anything they want to, absolutely, 100%, and freedom of speech, the full shebang. But it's ironic, isn't it? Like when he came true, it was one of them where. I want to try and find the tweet in the meantime, but this is basically, it was due to a tweet that he had said about the government, and kind of relating things to how like Germany were in the 1930s. Now, of course,
Pete, let's not misquote. Let's go. You got to say exactly what was said.
Okay, fine. I'll go.
I saw a lot of people try to make comparisons here that he didn't make.
Okay, for example, like what? While I find the tweet.
So I mean, the tweet is you'll find the exact words, but I'll just paraphrase what he said. He said the language that the government use or the people use when they're trying to advocate for us turning away refugees is similar language to the language that was used in the 1930s in Germany. Yeah. Now, I've heard people say, "Oh, he's saying the policies are the same," and he's saying he's like, well, no, he's not. He said the language. So let's be clear about the comparison that he made, and that's the reason. The BBC said, you know what? You're going to need to retract those statements or you're not going to be able to host Match of the Day. And he said, screw it. I'm not hosting. And everyone jumped on the wagon.
Okay, so I'm struggling to find the tweet. So did he delete it or is this ages ago?
He didn't delete it.
No, it's not. He hasn't deleted it.
It's still there.
It's ages ago?
It's been quite a while. He tweeted bare.
It was like Thursday yesterday or something. Thursday last week, something like that. It was
Okay.
It was a while back. If I find it, I'll put it on the screen.
Yeah, no problem.
But yeah, personally, I just think what he said, like the way people took it out of context, it's just they tried so hard to gaslight him and get him.
Is there any bit of the tweet that you would say, oh, do you know what? If it were you, you wouldn't have tweeted it. Not that you don't agree with him, but as in like the language that he probably used or whatever else. Is there anything that might have felt like, okay, Lineker, you're rolling on some dodgy ground here, or was he straight up clean?
No, I thought
nothing of it.
He was comparing language. He was saying the language used in this is similar to the language. Like he was not talking about the policies that were being written or nothing like that. So I think we live in a world where it's very much censorship culture, isn't it? They like to censor people where you can't say anything, and especially when the people that are trying to censor you, some of them are even misquoting you. I'm like, nah, it's stupid. And
they remember they tried to get rid of David Attenborough too after you were saying some more stuff.
Yeah, I see
the first time.
I saw Attenborough's show didn't get shown, right? He had like a show on the weekend that didn't get shown because like it was a bit intense, like it was to do with the UK for a change basically, and it kind of was like, well, this could put us in a bad light, and I don't know, something right wing something political got involved, and it was just like, okay, let's close this.
Oh yeah, no. When I'm seeing everyone and all the even the celebrities that I vehemently disagree with on many of your views and topics, backing Gary, I said, you're in trouble.
What's the celebrity that you?
Listen, I'm not trying to start beef with the Top 4 podcast against these celebrities that can take us to court, but
Vermin. Do you know what I mean?
Vermin. I know exactly what it means, Adrian.
Oh, my bad.
That's a strong feeling.
Oh no.
But yeah, no,
these feelings are strong, more than you believe. But anyways, yeah, when you see those have people backing Gary, I said, nah, the BBC, you're in trouble. You're in trouble because who are you going to turn to? There's no one they can turn to.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I mean, Oscar, I don't know about you for finding this, but I'm going through these tweets, and like the only one I found is the one when he's sort of like he can't believe, like he said something like, "Good heavens, this is beyond awful." Because I think it's
it's so hard to find. I remember the day he tweeted it, I was going through his Twitter trying to find it because it was all over the news, and I was like, "What did he tweet? What did he tweet?" But I saw it. It was not anywhere near as bad as people made out it was.
It could be in the tweets and replies. It could be.
I think it's a reply. I think that might be why.
I thought he quote tweeted. I genuinely thought he quote tweeted.
I think he tweeted something and he replies to his own tweet, I think.
Okay. So it's a bit like that. Yeah, it's a bit mad because I'm looking at it and I'm seeing some promoting stuff. Obviously, Bayern in the video. I'm there like
but yeah, Adrian, what's your feeling? Oh, he's gone.
As soon as we wanted his view, he's gone. Right. Anyway, so
let me read some comments because obviously everyone's got stuff to say about this, and then I can come back to the topic at hand. Nathan says, "Nah, my internet has gone slow. Are you not hearing me and seeing me?"
Yeah, we're hearing and seeing.
I can't even put up comments. Everything's just crashed on my end.
Yeah, you might take over.
Adrian's thing that was buffering. It was getting in the way of mine. Okay, so Murad says TalkSport are so shady, it's unreal. He says ITV should have made a quick comeback, one time only. The Premiership. We need to hear
it's a beautiful day.
Murad likes that one.
Go on.
Yeah, I was saying, do you know why Murad likes that? Because that's the last time we won the league, innit? It was under ITV business, yeah? That's under ITV business. That's why we love it.
Everybody gets nostalgic over the Premiership, that show on ITV, yeah? And
is that what it was called?
Probably because
it literally was called the Premiership. It just had a bang over intro. The intro was a banger.
The intro was 10 out of 10, so everybody remembers it being amazing. I remember that show being so annoying because Match of the Day had breaks.
Bro.
At half time, they would just stop and go to commercial. I remember hating that.
Do you know what that era reminds me of? It reminds me of Rooney at Everton. It reminds me of Jason McAteer at Sunderland. When I think of that ITV, the Premiership, that that's what comes to mind. Maybe Roy Keane was
I think of Alan Smith in the Leeds United blue. It was not even blue. It was like a black Leeds United kit with gold stripes, and they had the white and Mackies.
Oh, raw!
All I remember is Ranieri dancing. Every time I think of the Premiership, Ranieri dancing. That's all I remember.
Ranieri dancing.
Back in those days. But yeah, a couple more comments. BBC saw the numbers drop, and internet 99% back Gary. Yeah, if this beef ain't worth it. If you're using your mobile, just search by keyword. Oh yeah,
I did do that. I literally did do that.
Big up, people. I'm sorry I'm late. Free my boy Gary. All right.
He's free.
In the highlight reels. Shout out to Balotelli's 2012 assist. I can't read that name, It's
11,
such
12,
a name to read in the flow. But big up you.
The thing is, BBC came for him. It's not even like he come at the BBC or whatever. And this is not like a BBC versus, I don't even know what to say because it's like it's more government thing and it's like government versus Lineker's thoughts, right?
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with the BBC, but obviously the BBC are kind of shook of the government because government funded broadcasting channel. So and it's very, very right wing. So when you look at it like from that point, I was just there like, why have you gone to beef with Gary Lineker? It's not even like he come and attacked you guys. You went and found this, you know what I'm saying? And however many days later, they then said, yo, you need to apologize for that tweet, otherwise we're gonna drop you. Man said, Rags, drop me, blood. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, he's in a position of power like Gary Lineker, because at the end of the day, right, if he loses match of the day
now more than ever, they can't touch him. They can't touch him.
The thing is, it's crazy that the BBC have turned around and said, oh, by the way, we're going to change our whatever it was, social media policies and whatever else. And it's very important to see why you see tweets on celebrities say views on my own, or, you know what I'm saying, like anything like that, because then it kind of detaches them away from the company being liable. And I think companies sometimes will ask you to put that and say, look, you know, we want you to just know that whenever you're saying anything political or whatever the case may be, you're not speaking on behalf of this company. And Gary Lineker was not speaking on behalf of the BBC and Match of the Day, was he? You know what I'm saying? He's involved. He's got his fingers in so many pies. He could have been talking from anything, but in fact, he was just talking from himself. But at the end of the day, he was not going to be.
It's really, really interesting the language that they find offensive, like the kind of stuff that they're not willing to take, to the point where someone like Gary Lineker, they were like, "We're ready to get rid of you." Like that. What's important to them?
And at the end of the day, and I hate talking about politics, really, because everything is when you look at the people at the top, you just have to see who are they backing and whose company are they in cahoots with, and that just tells you at the end of the day that even though they can be impartial, whoever runs the thing runs the views, and if you don't agree with them, then they can see you're not fit to represent the company.
Yeah. It's the fact that they've gone back. Like, okay, fine. Everybody else went with them and said, okay, right. Ian Wright said it. You know, Shearer, Scott, whoever, right? They all like followed suit. But like, is that enough to be like?
Quick tangent though. A quick tangent. I bet you some of them didn't want to follow suit, but the pressure was on. The pressure was.
Oh, the heat was on.
Robin, I'm so glad you brought this up because I was ready to.
I am 100% because I saw some of them saw that match of the day and said yes, money. But when the internet came over and said you dare sit in that chair, they said,
the first thing that Peter said was that Gary Lineker does not stop talking, and that's what made me respect him because, to be fair, he's been talking about this refugee thing for time. This is not a new story for him to start commenting on. He's always been on this political wave and speaking his opinions, and specifically about this refugee issue. So when he got dropped, and then Ian Wright joined, and then Alan Shearer joined, I'm like, okay, cool. These were the three presenters that were meant to be on. Then when man started coming out saying, I wasn't scheduled to be on Match of the Day, but if I was, I would turn it out.
Listen, you know what it is, yeah? There was their social media, there was that pull for Shearer and Wright and Lineker. That man jumped on a wave, yeah? And then these men said, yo, we need some of that wave. Alex Scott's there giving us eyes and whatever else. I'm thinking, Alex, you weren't even in this conversation, okay? And then you put yourself forward, fair enough. You know what I'm saying?
I'm talking about people like Mark Chapman, Jermaine Genus.
Right, the same
like,
I've never seen a man under duress more than Jermaine Genus. So,
he had the pressure back there.
This thing happens. Lineker's out, Shearer's out, Ian Wright's out. Jermaine Genus is trending. People are slandering Jermaine Genus for no reason. He's done absolutely nothing, but he's getting killed on the timeline. People are saying, we know Genus is going to take the job. Genus is going to take the job. To the point where everybody was saying, Michael Richards came out and said, I'm not doing it. Alex Scott came out and said, I'm not doing it. All these people were saying they're not doing it. Then Jermaine Genus comes out. Did you not see his tweet?
Yeah.
That's what he was the one that was saying.
His tweet said, I haven't responded yet because I've been on set for the One show.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's the thing.
We didn't need that. He had to make sure we knew he was not debating this at all.
To be fair, that's the thing. It was live. He was live on the One show. The One show is a live broadcast, which is funny because
was he though?
Yeah, was he? He was because I no cap. I had the One show on here. I had it on. You know what I'm saying?
You watched the One show.
I don't watch the One show, but it was
yes,
on.
you do. Yeah, don't. You just told me you watched the One show.
I didn't say I watched the One show. I just said I had it on. He was live.
You watched the One show with Jermaine Genus.
You talked about twist. You know what you're talking about earlier. Don't twist words. Yeah, let's not put Gary Lineker's words. These times.
Help me out, guys. This man just told us he watches the One Show with Jermaine Genius.
I
That's what
didn't
he
say
said.
that. I didn't say that. That's not what I said. All I said was, to be fair, he was on the One Show, and One Show is a live production, which makes me think, there's not a lot of live TV anymore these days. Anyway, but
How do you know he was on the One Show at that time?
because the screen was on. Like, we had the One Show
so
on.
you
TV.
were watching the One Show.
I weren't watching the One Show.
So what time's the One Show air?
Check this. I don't know. 7:30. Check this, right? If you've got your laptop on, you're doing your thing, Football Manager and all that. You're chilling with wifey and whatnot, and the One Show happens to be on. Does that mean you're watching the One Show?
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
No, you count on the Nelson meter still.
I think you're watching the One Show still.
Wife in the background saying, "What's wrong with the One Show?" I said, "Listen,
what's wrong with the One Show?"
Listen, what's wrong with the One Show?
This is your boy Jermaine's tweet. Yeah, he said.
First of all, are you following Jermaine Genius?
Yeah, I follow Jermaine Genius. What's wrong with that?
What for?
To see what's going on the One Show.
Oh, okay, fair enough. All right.
No, but look, everyone else is talking about the thing. His first line is, "Been on air with the One Show." He had to let us know exactly where he was and why he hadn't responded.
He was getting peppered.
I wasn't down to be doing Match of the Day tomorrow, but if I was, I would have said no and stood with my fellow pundits and Gary Lineker. Yeah, right. He wanted to do
no
it.
One cares, bro. I'll be honest here. If he did or didn't, I don't care.
If he did, it'll be the end of him.
Listen, I'll keep it a buck, lads. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I fully, if Mazepin is real Brexit. Listen, if Match of the Day, if BBC called one of us, man, now talk to me. Are you rejecting it?
Oscar, see what I said. See what I said. I said the views. These are not the views of the Top 4 podcast.
But also, no, hold on. I'm there.
Oh yeah.
If Match of the Day call me, I'm going.
Now check this, Oscar. Here's the context. Gary Lineker dropping down, Ian Wright dropping down, Shearer. They can all afford to do so. They don't really lose in this. Really, right? But like even like your Jermaine Genius, man, he's thinking I'm on the precipice of becoming the big dog in big. He was just
he's talking about chasing the coin. Is that
if he got the call and he took it, if even if it was like even chappers, you know what I'm saying? If that man took the call, I'm looking at them in a funny way.
I look at them sideways. I'm not
looking at these guys sideways. What for? Because I should stop working because them man sacked Lineker. Like if it's your boy or whatever, and even then, bro, it's like Chris Rock said on his stand-up, right? When he said when he rinsed Jada and he was like, "What? I should not host the Oscars because your husband didn't get an Oscar." Man, do me a frigging favor, kind of thing. Obviously, it's not the exact same thing. It's not the exact same thing. But look, if you put out a tweet, if you put out a tweet where you're like, the language of this is used like, I'm not necessarily saying, I'm not gonna like leave with you, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna literally be like, I'm just gonna, you know what I'm saying? Oscar has to fight his corner. I'll let him fight his battle. However, what I will say though, what's actually very interesting, I will say this. I'm actually very, very surprised that the BBC did a 180. And I guess it's because of the people that all left, right? So maybe in that case, I would actually back you because I know then it can actually force change, really and truly. It's just that we don't really have the heart to all boycott together. Does that make sense?
See what I found so interesting about this is that people cared more about Gary Lineker's freedom of speech than about the issue that he was actually talking about. Because personally, if I was doing an Ian Wright thing, if I was doing one of the pundits thing, and I said I'm standing with Gary, my statement would have been I'm standing with Gary Lineker because I feel like we need to treat, refugees as though they're humans and have a bit more compassion for the situation. Not a single person mentioned refugees. Not a single person mentioned. They didn't care about no refugees. They were like, Gary Lineker should be able to say what he wants to say, and they're going to tell me to shut up one day. I'm going to back Gary.
What would have been more powerful? And this is not a criticism for anybody, right? Because why are we critiquing this? But like, it's definitely like Ian Wright could have come out and said, "I believe what Gary said was true." Yeah, the language that is being used is like those of the Germany in the 1930s. And if BBC then comes to him and says, "Yo, we need to shut you down," all right, rags, I ain't taking on that tweet. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to stop that belief. Guys, we all have beliefs of different kinds and things. Of if we decided, if everybody in every company decided to actually relay what their beliefs were, what they actually live by, what they stand by, bro, man, them are getting cancelled left, right, and centre. whether you think it's right, whether you think it's wrong. So it's a very poignant point that man were just standing with Gary because man lost his job. Brother, he'll be fine. You know the way there. He'll be fine. But you're right. They didn't tackle the fact that actually what he said, is he true? Is he right in what he said? And let's tackle that issue then if we want to go down that.
Bro,
I was gonna say
it's the whole thing. Man, I'm talking about match of the day. I'm not seeing anyone talk about refugees.
Facts.
Yeah, it is 100%.
By the way, guys, I can't find this tweet, so I want to know whether this tweet got deleted. And if
he didn't delete it.
Well, I'm just saying that nobody seems to find it. Right, we're three men here, yeah, searching.
I'm not searching.
I'm not searching.
What I'm saying is that we attempted. Right?
Stuff like that really annoys me because you type it into Google, Gary Lineker tweet, and there's 1,000 articles. You click the article, none of them are showing you the tweet. Like, it's just, get out of it. Get out of my life.
Screenshot. I'm saying, give me a little something.
Adrian said, give me the screenshot. Adrian said, bro, even the Brexit man was supporting Gary. Mirad said Garth Crooks was readily available. The Garth Crooks disrespect, I don't like it. I don't like it.
I disrespect him because he's Spurs. So it is what it is.
But he's poignant. He's a great broadcaster.
No, he's not.
Why can't he? Does he have a podcast?
He shouldn't.
He should.
He probably does. Also, he's very like Peter Drury. It's what I don't like about Peter Drury in terms of like it's that chase for the line. It's that chase for something viral, if that makes sense. He says things to go viral. You know why people love Peter Drury now? Because Peter Drury's been no different for the last 10, 20 years, right? The reason why people love him now is because guess what? People find sound bites of his viral moment and that goes around and everybody's like, oh my God, he's the greatest commentator ever. Whereas if you sat through, the World Cup, what Euro 2000 of Peter Drury, my goodness, you would want to kill yourself, okay? It's not the one.
In the UK, he's not on our TV. It's only on he's on American channels.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
So
we get him in doses.
We get the sound bites. We get the.
We used to have them when Champions League was on ITV.
Yeah.
You
need to get the hell out of here.
You know what I mean? When Liverpool are going away to Levski Sofia, that was Peter Drury's game.
That's the thing I'll give him, though. That's one thing I'll give him is that he made every game count. Yeah, remember when South Africa opened up the World Cup in 2010 and they scored it, and he's like, Bafana. He says, "Goal for South Africa." Goal for Africa. I died laughing.
Come on, Peter, man. He's a moment's guy.
Oscar for the small games that you don't think matter. He's good to have. He's good entertainment to have. I'll give him that. But the Greek god in Rome against Barcelona, turn it in, okay? Castas Manolas, turn it in.
Banger.
That's a banger.
That's one of the greatest lines.
It's a great line.
That's one of the greatest lines of commentary ever.
But it was like he wrote that ages ago, and he was hoping that Castas Manolas would score that goal, and why he did. What a night that was in Rome.
Let me read a couple more comments. Sorry, there's loads in here. Shout out to everybody leaving comments. Gary was getting BT Sport offers as well as American cable networks. Yeah, Gary Lineker's a big deal. He was doing BT Sport for the Champo.
Yeah, man, it would have been fine. Like, what we would really care about is people who.
And that's why he could back the tickers. Okay, fire me.
If you're on the breadline, you know what I'm saying. If you're on the breadline or you're on the whatever, the minimum wage, whatever the case may be, or London living wage, whatever. And they're sacking you, I get the fight for that person. Lineker's fight is hilarious because everyone came up and was like, yeah, I stand with Gary. Gary would have been fine.
Do you know how hard it is? Do you know how hard it is to be famous for as long as Gary Lineker's been famous and for people to genuinely like you?
Yeah, that's difficult.
We're sat here with people criticizing Peter Drury for crying out loud. You don't like Peter Drury. So
I don't necessarily like Lineker really either. I don't mind him. Like you said,
you don't hate him.
I don't hate him.
This guy's been on TV every Saturday for the past 25 years.
Former Spurs though. Anyway, but yeah, no, you're right. Listen.
Former Leicester, former Barcelona. Look, Sahar says Gary's shown that you can fight against companies like the BBC and expect players to slowly move against these corporations as well. No, he hasn't. He's shown that he can. I don't think he's shown that we can.
Oscar, bang on. But also, I'd say this to her. If nobody else moved with him, the BBC would have said, right, see you later. And they would have carried on with life. The simple fact that people actually back the thing is what made BBC pedal back and Match of the Day, whoever it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bloody up saying. Get me.
Yeah, with a box.
I had to give them that one quick. You know what I'm saying? Big up Ernie.
Oh man.
Yeah, no, like that's the thing. Like we've also got to keep it like a buck in it. Like, yes, what Gary's done is great. Like, it's not that he's not done a great thing. He has done a great thing, but like, you know, like when they come out, it's like he was brave, or whatever. I'm not buying all that.
He was brave. Oh,
is he? He would have been fine. Anyway,
things going on at their San Siro. Crazy.
Oh, is there Italian football on?
Oh, man, it's all right now.
Oh, let me get that BT boys. Oh, Milan Salernitana. Oh, come on, let's get in there.
Who is this team? Who are they playing?
What do you mean? Salernitana? They got promoted last year.
Never heard of this team in my life.
Yeah, some more Italian football, my guy.
I mean, do I?
Oscar, you need to invest.
Everybody invest.
Guys, I've been to the San Siro this season. Have you?
I've been there before.
I've been there before.
Italian football. What more than I was in there.
I was in the Curva
North. I was in Italy. Robinho bare silent like it's a fed station. What the hell?
Hey, when it comes to politics, I'm listening.
No part of this. Oh,
Nathan said, "I hope you're watching it illegally, Oscar." And what if I wasn't?
Sam, what?
I'm not. I am. But if I wasn't, it wouldn't be an issue. Adrian said Simon LFC. Nah, these teams, man. Peter, just do. What's going on with this midfield? They're shocking. They can't hold on to the ball. Simon LFC.
What do you mean? They're not a great side. You know what I'm saying? They've been promoted. They're the bottom of the league. Let them, bro. They're here to party.
Yeah, I think so. Southampton would do them. I think our bottom of the league would kill their bottom of the league.
But Oscar, any more on the howler of BBC?
I don't think there's anything more to say, is there? I feel like we've covered it.
The fact that they've reinstated shall we big them up for changing their policy? I don't know. Maybe
big them up?
Nah,
man. They have no choice.
It's a big L. It's a huge L.
They had no choice.
No, Oscar, keep it a buck though, yeah? Let's keep this a buck for one hot minute, yeah? You're telling me they would have not found presenters?
They would have found presenters, but bro, Ian Wright, Alan Shearer, Gary Lineker, that's the flipping show.
That is the show.
That's the show.
It's like Top Gear. When was the last time you watched Top Gear without the three main people? Have you seen the people that run it now?
Perfect.
You better believe I'm all over Grand Tour, by the way. You better believe that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
The man had Joey from Friends.
I had Joey from Friends in here talking about GTRs. Get out of here.
How can I want to see that? I want to see Joey loving sandwiches. That's all I care about, okay? And talking to women. Not talking about a car he doesn't even know. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I'm knee deep in
Wait, who else was on that? Who was on that lineup?
Freddie Flintoff was on there. It's a shocker. It's a disgrace. It's a stinker.
They could have got like an ex-Formula 1 driver or an ex-rally driver. They got Freddie Flintoff and flipping Joey from Friends. People that
have not even been like that. You know, even when you look at Chris Evans. What are you talking about, Chris Evans, blood? Paddy McGuinness, is the one now that's doing it. Like, big up Paddy. Ask you if you've spoiled it for me. It's a corner kick to Milan. But
sorry.
Never mind.
Let's go.
I'm saying, Oscar, at least they had Eddie Jordan. Fair dues. They had Eddie Jordan. Paddy McGuinness, we got love for Paddy McGuinness, but stick to take me out.
I'll be real. I got love for all those guys.
Chris Evans?
Yeah. I ain't trying to see them on Top Gear.
I ain't trying to see these men on Top Gear. No way. All right, let's move it along, man. Let's be
from one howler to another.
Olivier Giroud.
Boo.
Why is
Shall we go from one howler to another?
From one howler to another. Shall we go? Well, AD's not here. Where is AD? He
ran away.
He's run away. Do you know why? Because his Liverpool lot got eaten up by the cherries, ladies and gentlemen. Bournemouth won, Liverpool 0. After Liverpool giving Man United the 7-0, then they go and lose to Bournemouth, who are bottom of the league, 1-0 to the cherries.
Man, they got billed.
Liverpool,
they got that bill.
Although saying this, Oscar, before you go, but this is remember I think we always come to this realization in like April, heading towards May, right? That top 4 races are one of the most unserious races in Premier League history. Because of this, because Liverpool can go and win 7-0 one weekend and lose to the bottom of the league team 1-0. You understand what I'm saying? This is what it is about the because look at the top 4 sort of chasers this weekend, right? Newcastle had like first win in like 8 weeks, right? I ain't seen Newcastle win a game in time, right? They had their first win. And United are drawing at home to Southampton. Southampton for crying out loud.
Yeah, but you need to see that game.
This race, don't worry, we'll get onto that. Don't worry about it, Robert. We'll get into that. But this top 4 race is shambolic, as it always is every year. And I'm sitting here thinking, you know what? Thank God I'm not involved in it this year.
Look, shout out to Balotelli. He says, no one wants that 4th spot. I'll be real. But guys,
Oscar.
This is top 4 every single year. It's never, oh, that team did really well to get 4th. No, it's always that team was the least crap of all the crap teams. Like, you never make top 4 as a good side. It never happens. The team that finishes first is good. The team that finishes second is decent. And the team that finishes third potentially could be decent. But in the past 3 years has been just as bad as the other teams. Yeah. It's just who's the least crap.
That comment right there is how many years in a row have we said this on the Top 4 podcast? No one wants top 4. We say it too often. It's the worst race ever. I'm telling you.
Look, Nathan said the worst top 4 race was 18-19. My friend, can I remind you of 1920?
Oh.
Can I remind you of that? Oh, wait. It wasn't 1920, sorry. 1920 was the year.
1920 was COVID.
No. I'm talking about 2021. Oh my goodness. 2021 was dross. Do you guys remember that? Liverpool lost 6 games in a row at Anfield, came back and got third. This league is crap. Oh my gosh.
This league is Buju Bands, lad.
They lost to Burnley at home. This Liverpool side, Jurgen Klopp.
Bro.
Burnley, Brighton,
name
them. And them, man. Hey.
Guys, they finished third.
They finished third that year.
Alisson was scoring headers at the Liverpool. Get out of here. Yeah, look at Leicester City. If anyone told you about top 4 races,
Leicester City, who were like third all season long.
Oh, God. And then they were 4th, and they always gave us this last spot. They always gave you that in the last spot.
I'll remind you this because I'll never forget this. I will never forget this. We were in February in that season, and Leicester were 11 points. We're 11 points clear of 5th place that season. They finished 5th. They finished 5th.
Guys, Leicester bottled top 4 on the last day twice
in a row.
Twice.
That's what I find relegation now. You can't recover from that.
On the final day, Man United came to their home. You beat United, you win. Jesse Lingard is scoring against you. Nah.
Okay. The Spurs one was great.
Tottenham weren't even in the race. Tottenham had nothing to play for. Gareth Bale scoring worldies. Why?
Bro, the fact that we're called the Top 4 podcast is a
Can we change it to the top 2? Can we change it to the top 2? Because the top 4, it says that 2 of us aren't pulling our weight. That's what it says. It's disgraceful. It's disgraceful. Adrian, your team is 8th. Let's talk about this weekend's action because I know it wasn't great a weekend of football, but stuff did happen. And Adrian, your team went to Bournemouth. Talk to us. What happened, man?
Oh, bloody disgrace.
Yes.
A lot of them.
Yes.
I think, no, because for me, like, clearly, like
1 week of pain.
That team is good enough to beat Bournemouth. If you beat Man United 7-0 the week before, and that same team loses 1-0 away to Bournemouth, a team who you, by the way, beat 9-0 early in the season, it's like to pride yourself, and it's as simple as that. I don't know if the players sort of waltzed in there and thought, we'll roll up, kick ball, get 3 points, and go home, or I don't know what sort of catastrophe happened on that day. Because look at it like this: we've beat Man City, you've beat who else have you beat? You've beat Spurs, you've beat United. You go two goals up against Real Madrid. Yet still you can end that game losing 5-2. Yet still you can go away to Bournemouth and lose 1-0. So for me, just a complete lack of application, really. And I think it's boring at this point because I don't even think our midfield was our worst part. And look, we have to call a spade a spade. What the hell was Van Dijk doing for that goal?
Again,
what the? He was
No, Peter. How many times I've been saying it all season? What has happened to Virgil? What's going on with Van Dijk? What's happening here?
Is that a bad year? Is that a bad year?
I'm gonna Virgil.
Look, Liverpool had 15 shots on goal against Bournemouth's 5.
15.
Yeah, 6 on target. Now we saw, of course, the Salah penalty miss was very like.
Oh, where did that ball go to? I actually want to know where that ball went to because behind the Vitality Stadium is a beach. So where did it?
Right now, that place is in Cannes in France. Okay, that ball is now in France. Okay, that's where that is.
It's at the film festival.
It's a calendar.
It's a prop. It's used as a prop.
Yeah. I mean,
sorry, Nathan keeps saying bang your doors. Like, brother, you can't say this every time.
I can. You can say it for me. I'm in jail. I'm in prison. I don't deserve to talk about football. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys, for having the humility to give me a platform to speak. Because I don't deserve one. If you can lose, I'm sorry. Bournemouth are genuinely the worst team in the league. Bournemouth won't be here in a year's time. It's a championship side. They've done well to get promoted last season. It's a championship side, and that's why you can't really, as much as they're a bad team, they are what they are, isn't it? So you can't go there and lose to them away from what are we playing at?
Honestly, this is the thing though. In a top 4 race, as people have become accustomed to, the emotions are roller coaster. Okay, AD is going to be back on a high at some point, and he'll be back right where he is right now.
Like I said, I big up Grizz Khan. Football is a humbler. I love that saying. Football is a humbler.
Hang on a minute. Why you so happy?
That said.
You lost 7-0.
Why am I happy? Yeah. And then you lost 1-0. So it's all good.
You lost 7-0.
Because I'm laughing. Because I'm looking at the Adrian as back. He's like, my team's up. I was like, this is great. This is the Adrian I like to hear. Make a noise. All that stuff. So this is all good.
Nah, but it's funny. This is so funny. That Salah penalty, though, can we talk about it? Because that's up there with his worst, right? I don't think I've seen anything like that before.
I don't think he's missed a penalty.
You can bet a house that Mo Salah puts that in. No problem. Somebody lost their house that weekend.
No, 100%. I think he's missed 3.
He's missed 3. Okay, I barely remember him missing any.
Huddersfield, he definitely missed away at Leicester last year when we lost 1-0.
Oh yeah. Do you remember? Oh yeah.
So if you scored that in another universe, Liverpool win the league by 2 points. But it is what it is, man.
Could you miss out on top 4 by 2 points this season?
Potentially, who knows? Who knows? That could be top 4 that he kicks out of the Vitality. Who knows? It was a friggin' rugby kick, by the way. That wasn't a penalty. I don't know.
It was a conversion.
He said he kicked top 4 out of the Vitality.
It was friggin' Johnny Wilkinson that took his body.
That's the thing. Look, Liverpool 6 points off top 4, game in hand over Spurs. It's still there. It's still firmly in the balance.
Yeah. You know what? I actually think we'll get top 4.
I think Liverpool.
Yeah, I've always thought you would.
Peter's always said that he thinks you would. Robin, do you think Liverpool make it?
I think if I look at it now, my prediction will be Arsenal, City, United, Liverpool. I don't trust Spurs. I don't trust Newcastle. I think even though they won 2-1, it should have been 2-2. But I think the goal got disallowed. I didn't see the whole game. But they just draw left, right, and centre. And even though they're playing 1 game a week, it's something about them. I was like, oh, you're boring. And how they still get TV time, I don't know. I think Liverpool.
We know how.
We know.
Oh, again, I'm not in the politics sphere. I keep quiet. Anyways, but I think Liverpool, even though they're crazy, like Liverpool's defense is dross most of the time this season, their midfield is non-existent. I think they just have enough. I think they have enough. To answer Murad,
yeah, apparently you said Arsenal versus Man City.
No, but I said the top 4 would be. I didn't say. I think 1 and 2 said.
It sounded like you said it in order. I mean, I'll say this on air. If Arsenal beat City and Liverpool, I'll concede. I'll concede.
Come on, that's like saying if you win the Champions League final,
no. The reason being,
you're 2 goals up in the 94th.
You're five points ahead against City. Lose one, it's on, and you can lose against Liverpool. If you lose against Liverpool and City ahead, I don't know. With that many games left, that's what I'm saying. I'm not conceding just yet.
Let me give you a newsflash. Spoiler alert: we'll lose at Anfield and at the Etihad. It won't matter. It won't freaking matter.
Even said Robinho or McAlory.
McAlory? What was McAlory doing this?
You see that McAlory quote where McAlory goes, "Oh, if they score more goals, then they'll probably win."
Nah, that one. No, but I said just 2 games. The 2 games, because I think they'll win the rest of their games. I think they're better than that. I think Arsenal will firmly be in the title race. But I'm not saying that it's done. Because I'm like, and the thing is, Adrian can speak about this. It's not done until literally with City, either that you've blown them away or it's the last game. So that's what I'm like,
True. I mean, look, Adrian's just frozen because of the comment you've just made there. I don't think you can tackle that situation right there. But gun to your head, Robin, who is winning the Premier League title right now?
To my head, you know.
You have to answer.
If I go on pure form and what they've done this season, it'll be Arsenal.
So right now, you would say in your vote, if you put the envelope in the slip, you're saying your vote's Arsenal right now.
Yes, on a whole season, I'm going to say Arsenal. I'm just saying the Premier League is not as simple as it's done. It's not been like that for years.
You know what? Years. I can't lie. If someone puts a gun to my head, I can't bet against Pep. With a gun to my head. To bank on the man that bottled top 4 last season. With a gun to your head. No, come on, man.
But yeah, no. See, if I'm not even trying to be bants with you. Like, win those 2 games, I'm on it. I'm like,
I hear you.
I hear you.
All right, should we move on from Liverpool?
Yeah, please, man. The boring team. Liverpool, one of the worst teams in the league this season, by the way. Let's not even speak about it.
Do you know what, Oscar? You say that, but when I watch Liverpool, I'm watching not a movie, but I'm watching a story here because there's so many pieces to this. Like I watched Klopp have his own chapter in the book, you know what I'm saying, and then I'm watching the team play, and then I'm watching the opposition. Then you sort of think the fans haven't turned, innit? Yeah, they haven't turned. But man, say next season kicks off in the similar fashion. Oh my God, it's gonna kick right off. And
I will say this though: the other reason why I believe Liverpool will get top 4 is that they're going out of Europe this week. So,
are they?
You know what though? You know
are
what?
they?
You know what? Look, it is Real Madrid.
Are they?
Oscar, it is
how many times have I said it's Real Madrid?
It's Real Madrid.
Guys,
it's also Liverpool, man.
It's also Liverpool. Like, why are you guys doing this to them?
No, but no. Let's not do this. Let's not do this. How many times have we sat here in Champions League finals, semi-finals, and say Liverpool's got them? Have they ever beaten Real Madrid? No. Have they ever beaten Real Madrid? No. I am doing this.
Fair enough, man. I mean, you make a compelling argument.
No.
Great question. That's the thing.
Compelling argument.
Bro, Oscar, Robin, let me tell you, Liverpool could be 4-0 down against any other team in the Champions League. I'm not ruling them out. The fact that it is Real Madrid, though. Oscar, but I'll be honest with you. I see an extra time, bro. I see an extra time.
Here's the thing about me and you lot. I don't rate Real Madrid. Like, I don't.
I don't rate them either. But it's something about them in Europe.
This iteration of Real Madrid, yeah. I'll tell you what. I rate very highly Karim Benzema. I rate Luka Modric. I rate Vinicius Jr. But Real Madrid I just can't. I just don't rate them. And when I say them, I mean them from this season, last season, the season before. That new crop, yeah, of this new Madrid crop, yeah, with your Vinnies, your Rodrigos, your Camavingas. This team, I'm just like, I see through you, man.
Oscar, you know what it reminds me of, though? It reminds me kind of, right? So we know Man United to have the dominant history and everything else.
Yeah.
There was a period of Man United where you might look at them and think, yeah, they can get got, right? That kind of 2010, 2011, even 2013, you're looking at it like, come on. But really and truly, it's the best side there. Everybody else is dross. Hence, I mean, PSG out in the last
degree
again.
But again. That's why I disagree. I don't think they're the best side. You said they're the best. I don't think they're the best.
Who's a better side? I
think a lot of teams are better. Like I think Man City are better. I think they just caught these teams on their day. Do you get what I'm saying?
But that's the thing, though. Because of the pattern of years, like I'm with you when it's a one-off.
What's the pattern, bro?
Right there. So as I said, PSG are out in the quarterfinal. Last 16 again. Right?
Yeah.
The fact that Man City made one final in the last 5-10 years, right? Can't sniff, right? Even when they played Chelsea in the final, they can't do it. Then you look at, like, I don't know, give me a Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich, so industrial, so this, that, and the other. They got like the best sort of infrastructure in place.
But again, always there. They're always there.
They're always there, but just like the German national team of yesteryear, they are always failing at near to the final hurdle. At some point, you have to.
But they make it far. They make it far.
Listen. Everyone can go far. You know what I'm saying? You can go far. Did you cross the line? Here's the question. You telling me that you made 90 meters of the 100? I don't want to hear it. You did not finish. So, at some point, you have to say, how much is it that these teams are, they got caught out on their day, or they're bottle jobs? And Madrid are not bottle jobs. They got the mentality. They've got the DNA. They've got the steel. Listen, last season was an eye opener about Real Madrid in the sense of they could have the second or third or even fifth best team in the tournament. They still won the damn thing. They still won the damn
thing. And the biggest thing about Madrid, if you look at their fans and their banners, they always say final or nothing. They always say that's it. That is where we're going without fail.
The history of who they
are.
Or
they always just say. They just say, I pull out the 14th, or now they're going for the 15th. They say, for the 15th, let's go. They keep going.
Crazy. That level of winning is just crazy. But I don't like.
Do you know what's so crazy, Oscar? Let me tell you how crazy this is. Do you know who is second behind Real Madrid in Champions League wins?
Milan.
We're watching them on BT.
When was the last time AC Milan won the Champions League?
Yeah, they got half of Real Madrid's titles. Half. And the last time you saw AC Milan lift the title was at Old Trafford. I was 13. For crying out loud.
2007. 2007.
Oh,
no.
Oh,
yeah.
My bad.
They got that revenge.
Jesus.
Before
we move on from this Madrid topic, I want you to come and collect your boy quickly. Murad says Arsenal in the UCL will tear Madrid apart. He said at the Emirates, Xhaka, I don't know why he's Xhaka first goal scorer, Saka Martinelli.
Listen, let me just say this here. Murad is seeing into the future. He knows Wagwan. Let me tell you guys, you don't talk about your Champions League night. Emirates next season, guys. No, I don't think we're ready. Oscar,
listen. All Arsenal need to do is buck Bayern once again.
What we don't want is anything German or anything English. That's one thing we don't want. We don't want the Germans. We don't want the English. Okay, let's leave that apart. Okay,
that's why you need to win, because if you win the Premier League, you won't buck Bayern until the knockouts. If you come second, Bayern is there. Bayern is there.
Yeah.
Robin, do you remember last season when Arsenal fans were making comps of them playing against games that didn't happen? They showed Martinelli against Newcastle and they said Arsenal vs Juventus.
And they put the star thing, they put the star logo all around there.
Pepe was playing the Europa League, they put the star on him. I said, nah, this club, Arsenal fans are the most delusional fan base. Oh my goodness.
Let me tell you. All right, listen, before we get into Arsenal, bruv, yeah, I want to talk all things Manchester United. Okay, Manchester United, ladies and gentlemen, also fighting for Champions League football. We did see them in Europa League action during midweek, and now, ladies and gentlemen, a 0-0 draw. 10 men Manchester United against Southampton. Robinho, you were furious. The floor is yours.
I have never seen. I asked, is this? I even the Liverpool fan in the group chat saying, no, is this potential match fixing? Because Anthony Taylor, what was that? Every decision that was going against Southampton's way. I saw a red card that shouldn't be a red card. I saw a Stonewall penalty get given the opposite way. The Rashford one, I'll give it to you because that boy dived. But when I'm saying handballs, and when a player wins the ball, he wins the ball and gets sent off. I couldn't believe it.
Robin, I think when it comes to the penalty, you're 100% right. I feel like you can feel hard done by that. Handball is a joke. I don't understand in what world that is not a handball. He's clearly blocked the cross with his hand. Like, it's a penalty. However, the Casemiro red. I mean, he studied this guy in the leg. Like, what more do you want?
Oscar, is there a part of him that wins the ball though?
More.
Yeah.
That's the thing I want, Oscar.
That's not the rule. How long have I been saying if you win the ball, it shouldn't be a foul? How long have I been saying that? He didn't.
I've been saying it. And the thing is,
but that's not the rule.
And the thing, Oscar, the reason why I'm more pissed off is because I saw other fouls that this week when people win the ball and it hits the studs. And it wasn't even like Casemiro went straight for the leg. The ball, he hit the ball and his foot deflected off into leg. Wasn't unfortunate. Yeah. It was an event on the man said that. But there's been fouls that have just been given. I'm like, it's a yellow card. This guy just went straight to red, no holds bar. And I was like, and it's the worst thing is that if you look at the VAR itself, they just showed the picture. They didn't even show the motion. They just froze it where the foot was and said, look where his foot is, and sent them off. They didn't even see the motion.
But look where his foot was, though, Robin. Robin, why are you ignoring where his foot was? The man.
No, I'm not disagreeing. No. I'm not disagreeing where the foot was. I'm saying how the tackle happened. He did not go nowhere near the person. He literally touched the ball, and because of the way he deflected, it went into his leg. Unfortunate. I take a yellow. It was not a direct, deliberate red card. It wasn't serious foul play. It wasn't.
Come on, man. That's reckless.
Oscar, I agree with him. I think, for example, Casemiro is very unlucky when the foot is kind of bubbling on the ball because the ball rolls, right? His foot on the ball kind of glides him into the shin of that player, right? Of the Southampton player. I genuinely think like those challenges in general, right, should never be red cards. I don't think. Especially when you're getting the ball and then it's happenstance that your foot goes onto the player's leg because the ball's in the way, isn't it? It bounces off the ball, then he goes onto the player's leg. And don't get me wrong, the way the player kind of dived and not dived as in cheating, as in the way he fell over, it made it look worse than it actually was. And VAR, let's be very clear, right? They're shambolic stuff because they've obviously shown slow-mo, wrong pitches, as Robin has said. It's always going to look worse in slow motion. If you go and watch the game in real play, Anthony Taylor gives a yellow card. So the problem isn't even him. And if they think that he's made a clear and obvious error, it definitely wasn't a clear and obvious error. Any referee along the book, 9 times out of 10, or let's say 5 times out of 10, are giving yellows, and 5 times they're probably giving it red. So it's not an obvious error. So the rules are not even being interpreted correctly. That the rules I think I will agree with you on that. I think the referee's decision probably should have been taken at that because it wasn't a clear and obvious error. It was a judgment call. He judged it to be a yellow. So I don't really know what right or what authority they had to overturn that. But when I saw the studs in the leg, I said, Adrian said he's gone over the ball. It's dangerous, man. It's very, very dangerous. 2 people are going for a ball. If you miss the ball, or if you get the ball and then you take out the man, the manner in which you take out the man is very, very. But that rule should change, Oscar. If you win the ball, end of. He's won the ball.
Yeah,
end of.
He's won the ball.
He's won the ball.
It's
not like he won it cleanly. Like the guy,
But the thing is, he wasn't literally even going 50-50. It wasn't like he was actually going there. Literally,
I've just watched the
they were
replay
running
now. I'm
from
watching
side to side.
it in real time. I've just watched the ball again in real time. Anthony Taylor whacks out the yellow. Standard. No one's batting an eyelid. What's funny is the Southampton player then goes over to Casemiro and is like, I'm so sorry, brother. I know it was Oscar. Oscar, you need to watch this replay.
I'm watching it now. I'm watching it right now.
So
It's not a red.
What's so funny is the VAR version actually shows that he's actually more in the clear, if anything.
But
The
the thing is,
VAR shows that his foot bounces on the ball, which leads to the player's shin.
but he's gone over the ball. Casemiro's gone over the ball. Like, Casemiro's kicked the ball, but he's kicked the top of the ball and gone into the player. So it's like, that's on you.
I hate Man United as much as the next guy. Believe me, I do. And to see this kind of shenanigans happen to them, believe me, I'm enjoying. Let's call a spade a spade. It's not a correct decision.
I think we can all agree with Murad's point here.
And the handball, by the way, was scandalous, man. Oscar, the handball was scandalous.
I dashed my phone. I said, I could not believe it. I said, is this match fixing? What have we done?
He's playing pat ball. Oh
yeah,
my
God.
I would. You know how
can you get that low?
You can't get that low.
You can get that low in pat ball. This guy was on the floor.
Remember, I think who were we playing last year in the FA Cup, and it was a blatant handball, but they still went on to score, and VAR said nothing. I was that furious. I think it was against Middlesbrough. I can't remember. I said, "Really?"
Middlesbrough. But then that Middlesbrough one, they played after the rules, isn't it? The rules just about when it happens.
Yeah, no. Somebody in the VAR camp wanted Man United to lose this game. I can assure you.
The referee influenced the game, and the sad thing is about it is that if we couldn't really challenge it, because if we challenge the red card and we lose, that's 5 games he's banned, which is another silly rule. How could you lose a challenge and say, you know what, we're going to ban you an extra game? Well, actually, deep to
I think they should, because then people will just challenge every red.
That's the problem.
Why wouldn't you challenge? If there's nothing to lose, why wouldn't you challenge the red? Everyone will just challenge every red. But if you genuinely feel like you have a case,
why are we losing?
If Manchester United genuinely have a case here, then they should challenge it.
Yeah.
No, but that's what they just came out today. They said they feel like even though if we tried to challenge it with evidence, they don't have enough belief in the system that it will get overturned, and then that's another game lost. So clearly, there's something wrong.
Yeah, David said Man United should have got a penalty. Yeah, man. I think the handball.
So like, we can all agree on if it was 11-11 and we drew 0-0, I'll be like, yes, get us. We stank. Blah blah blah, and we've been smelling. However, I was like, no, this is robbery. This is robbery.
I was with you until you pulled this trigger right here.
Yeah,
because here's where I'll start. You are good enough to beat Southampton with 10 men, by the way. Okay, no team of the caliber of, let's say, Manchester United, of a team in the top 4, a team in the top 6, a team in the top 10 beat Southampton week in, week out. We cannot have draws at home to Southampton. And the referee isn't the reason why you drew that game. Let's be clear. And you were unlucky. Don't get me wrong. Like Bruno Fernandez's shot, when I saw that it came off the post and then out for a goal kick, I'm sitting there like, wait, what? You know, it defied physics.
Peter.
So there was definite unluck. But at the end of the day, you man have got 90 minutes to score against Southampton. You didn't score. Score against this shower of crap. Name me the 2 centre halves, please. Name me them. What country are they from? Exactly.
Do you know?
Listen, believe me, I watched us draw at St. Mary's. I said, who the hell are these 2 players? We had Lianco.
I forgot about that game.
Lavia. We had Kalta Keita. No, listen, believe me, I've studied that team. And let me tell you right now, they're a shower of crap. That's what they are. And they deserve to go down.
I know, I agree. But yeah, no. After that game, I was like, yeah. Especially after we did a 4-1, put Betis away. I said, okay, that tie's done. Let's move on to Sunday. But now we go once again, 4 games without Casemiro, and Sabitza's injured. And now Garnacho's injured as well. So I don't know how Ten Hag's going to do this, but he has to force a rotation. One thing I will say though, this Wout guy, I'm sick and tired of him. I think there's one thing about me. There's a difference between myself and Ernest. I like to give players chances. I always like to give players chances to give them, you know what? You've come into the club. We've bought you. We've invested in you. Let me see what you can do. This brother has missed chances upon chances upon chances. And I said, no, this is another Lukaku situation. I can't have you like this. Especially as a number 9. When you're better than if you're better as a number 9 in a number 10, I have questions. I have genuine questions.
Robin, why did you think it would be any different? Like, holla at me. Why do you think he would?
No,
he came
like I said, with me, I always try to. I always give chances. I always give a chance. But when I know the time is up, listen, Peter, the time is up. I said no, he can't sign. He can't sign.
I'm glad you were right. What I'm saying is, bro, when Man said Manchester United are in for Wout Weghorst, every man and his dog was like, what the flip is going on here?
Yeah, no, I can't lie. There's no backing it. You know what I was saying about earlier when you got a gun to your head, yeah? You just back what you know. If someone told you, is Wout Weghorst going to flop at Manchester United? You just like, yes. Oh, yeah. And if he proves you wrong, fair play.
Oscar, check this though. Oscar, check this though. Here's the thing. Man United were put in a situation where, look, they had to find a centre forward, right? They had injuries. They've, the Ronaldo saga, X, Y, and Z, right? So maybe there's like not a lot of players to choose from, yeah? So, Oscar, why have you played that person number 10 and not the centre forward of Manchester United? Why? Oscar, Wout Weghorst is playing in the number 10 role at Man United.
They have Sancho on the bench. They play him at 10. I don't get it. Look, it's like he reminds me of like, you know when Chelsea sound like Pizarro or like Higuain. And you're just like, why do they have this player? Why is he playing? Have you watched like Premier League years? You see Higuain play for Chelsea. You're just like, why did that happen?
Don't ever disrespect Pizarro, okay? Pizarro's
did you see him at Chelsea? Did you see him at Chelsea?
But the thing is, both of those players are better than Wout Weghorst.
Let's be clear.
It's not even a joke. But they just shouldn't have been at Chelsea at that time. And he just should not be at Manchester United right now. Like, he just shouldn't.
Yeah, it's a joke, and it's one of those. Obviously, it's a Ten Hag signing. He knows him. He's Dutch. Why has Ten Hag never had him at his club? Because he's not good enough.
We literally had no one when we signed him. We had no strikers,
bro. And you give Martial is better with one leg than Wout Weghorst with 2 legs. Let's just.
I don't think he is.
And you know my thoughts on Anthony Martial.
We need a striker. Victor, I am seeing what you are doing for Napoli. Can you do something for me, please?
Let's see. Yeah. They want the
I'm convinced. I want Victor.
But what do you guys see when you see Victor Osimhen?
Goals.
Killer.
I can't lie. I see nothing but Chelsea Football Club. Like,
I hear that. You know what? Yeah, I actually hear that.
Like, when I watch this guy, I can't imagine him playing for any other club. I mean, he probably will.
He's actually the heir to the throne of Didier Drogba. Like, he's literally
he's a Chelsea fan. He modeled his game on Drogba. Like that. There's no other place to see him going.
Yeah, it's his idol.
Yeah, man. I said Vic O is the real McQuay.
Bro, what he did at Lille, was one thing. And then what he's doing, Oscar, ladies and gentlemen, Napoli are going to win their league title for the first time.
That's a yellow card. From Mira, that's a yellow card for Mira.
Right. Wait, go back.
Did you?
Let's have a look. Look, bring back Greenwood to the starting 11. Hey, listen, he's proven innocent. Holla at me.
Again, Peter's views do not represent the top 4.
Peter's views do not represent. Hang on, I said he's innocent. These times he's come across innocent legally.
Anyways, Assad says, I like Pellistri. I think he's a really good player. It's a shame that he doesn't get a lot of minutes because I feel like he's had an impact on the sub, but I don't think he's ready for 38 games or to start. But there's something in him. He's a good young player on stuff, and I don't want to see him go on loan. I want him to stay on the team next season.
Mr. Salernitana have pulled one back. Babu Dia. And that's good. Babu Dia. That is
It's
good
a-
for us. That is good for us, Inter Milan fan, Interista.
But yeah, who do we have next? So
wait. This team
Oh.
has Ribery.
Yeah,
That was what you said.
where have you been?
Where have
I
you
told
been?
you.
Oscar,
I
come
told
on.
you. Serie A is where it's at.
Serious was that. And the thing is, Ribery was out there in Fiorentina living in life in Florence, and instead of the town said, we'll take that. We'll take that on the way
Yeah.
up. You're damn right it's got Ribery.
But yeah, we've got no more Premier League games
And Christoph
because
Piontek. But yeah, go ahead, Robin.
apparently there's another international break coming up. I'm like, why? Why is there another one? We just had a World Cup. We don't need one.
Listen, I don't want to see no Euro international football until the Euros, blood. You know what I mean? Don't give me nothing. Not even in the summer. I don't want to see no.
No, not even the summer. I don't need to say anything. But yeah, we've got no more Premier League games until April. So we've got FA Cup, Europa League, and then we chill for a bit. Yeah. Honestly, when we come back from April, I hope a lot of players don't go to England or their respective nations. Just chill for a week because the running is going to be hefty. We still have to go against Chelsea. We still got to play Tottenham. We've still got to play we got Newcastle next, so we need to beat them because they had a fast when we should have had another penalty earlier in the season. But yeah, I think we'll do enough to get in the top four, and I think we will do something in the Europa League. I don't think we'll do FA Cup. I think we'll can that.
You think so? You
Yeah.
had a shed load of goals. That's the thing.
Yeah, I think we'll can the FA Cup, and because we got Fulham, and I think I'll be content if we lost to Fulham. Honestly, I'll be like, yeah, calm. We don't.
Where is that?
We've
Home or
already
away?
been to Wembley.
Home or away?
I think we are away to Craven Cottage.
If you're away, I could see you losing. If you're at home, I think you'll win. I don't think Fulham stand a chance at Old Trafford. If I'm honest.
But yeah, just give me Europa because we're in the quarterfinals, and then we'll just go from there and see where we can go. End up in Budapest. Go to Hungary. Cheeky day out.
Anything else on Manchester United?
Man United needs to fix up, man. They need to fix up. This top four is theirs for the taking, and top four is a successful season as far as I'm concerned for Ten Hag. He's already got the trophy in the bag. Europa League is there to take if you want it. But in the league, they need to be serious and claim that top four spot, because if this, no Casemiro now for a couple of games. If this rolls on, I don't know who your next fixtures are, but it'll be a huge failure if you're going.
We got Fulham. So he misses Fulham because the red cards include the FA Cup.
Oh, okay.
That's not bad.
Fulham, Newcastle, Everton, Brentford.
Ooh,
yeah, there's no excuse. There's no, like, Southampton at home. I mean, as a Chelsea fan, I can't really talk, but there's no excuse for losing those games. I mean, or dropping points. So United need to just pull their finger out and just coast for the rest of the season and win those games. And they'll be fine. Next season, they go again.
Yeah. I mean, you look at those games, yeah, Everton, if you've got Everton and you're playing, Brentford at home, you should get your revenge. And if you say Newcastle, I mean, again, you should beat Newcastle as well. I take it Newcastle.
This season's bit Newcastle away. We'll have to say James Park.
Ooh, that's sticky.
This season's been long. Do you know why the seasons feel so long? It's because we had the break in between. It feels like it's been 2 leagues. That's why.
Yeah, it's been a long season, people. All right, let's move along. Another team in Europa League action, but they're top of the Premier League, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Arsenal FC. 3 points.
2-2.
Absolutely. Listen, we'll get to Europa League in a minute. But Arsenal absolutely dominating this, guys. I've been saying to you, man, that this title's done, yeah? And then we got to pull out a performance as we did against Fulham in the first half at home. Talk to me. Will you believe?
I told you where I stand.
Because honestly, we murdered this team in the first half. It was over. The game was over in 45 minutes. This was bringing me back to the Invincible era, where Arsenal would just be 3-0 up at halftime and the game's done. Okay, so wonderful football, liquid football. You know what I'm saying? Trossard with the triple assist. You could have had 4 or 5. You know what I mean? You could have had quite a few. But yeah, everyone playing good. Gabriel Jesus, ladies and gents. You know what I'm saying?
He's got you there. He's got you there.
Since last week. Coming on your high horse. You've been saying it since last week, my man. Murad, he said it since August.
Listen, Murad takes the trophy here. Let's be very clear. I'm not competing with Murad one bit. But what I'm saying is, since I've said it last week, look at the performance we then go and pull the week later. When
you won one game against Fulham, you should have won that. You were chasing the league.
No, but Oscar, the manner and the fashion and the manner in which we beat them, knowing that City got that result that they did against Palace, right? Which I know every man and his dog is rinsing Elise on that situation. Me too. But at the end of the day, look, guys, we battered them. The Europa League, however, in midweek against Sporting Club de Portugal, they put out a press release. You can't call them Sporting Lisbon anymore. They are called Sporting Club de Portugal. It was a shocker of a performance, and it was one of those where I thought,
you think I'm not going to call them Sporting Lisboa? That's still what they're called.
I gotta make sure I keep that.
That's the history. It's the history of the sport.
If we start calling you Portuguese Celtic, then you'll be upset.
The thing is, I gotta remember to keep that there, because obviously, I'm saying, we're playing them on Thursday, and I gotta make sure I remember saying that. So there is that, ladies and gents. But yeah, I hope to God that is the last Europa League game I watch Arsenal away from home this season.
Now you're saying can it. I am ready
to can this mother. You know what I'm saying? Get out of here. Because guys, did you see us in midweek? Did anyone watch the game? We were garbage. We were utterly garbage.
Robin, this man has never tasted European glory, and he has the nerve, the unmitigated goal, come on here and say, "Can it?" What are you in now? You're what? If you win this, you're in the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
Talk about can it? Can what?
Now, Oscar, do you know what though? Because I think it's a distraction for us. We could pick up injuries. The league is at the precipice, my friend. Yeah. If Arsenal miraculously lost the league this season, it will be down to the fact of injuries. It's a miracle, believe me. It's a miracle. But it would be injuries. It would be, you know what I'm saying? Like, we would lose bare man for no reason, bro. For no reason. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I've just seen Kai Havertz's goal against Leicester City. Jesus.
Peter! We'll get there.
Oh, it's nasty.
We'll get there.
Oh, we'll get there. Guys, even Danny Ward, the goalkeeper just said, you MFR, basically. Yeah. Anyway.
We got some comments here. Some of them we're gonna have to dissect, and we might have to go into the personal lives of some of the listeners here, because this is a disgrace. Yeah, Asad says, I woke up at 2:20 p.m. on Sunday. What is going on in your life? What's going on?
Unless he's just saying daytime, and maybe wherever he is like 8:20. You know what I mean?
Nah, you don't say 2:20 if you don't live in 2:20. You know what I mean? He said, I see them 2-0 up, and I was annoyed because I thought Fulham was going to be a banana skin. But fair enough, I was annoyed too, but you can't be waking up at 2:20. Be annoyed at yourself. You have to be annoyed at you at that point.
Unless I went to Leicester away, you know what I'm saying? Got back late.
I went to Leicester away. I was up at 9. Don't do that. Don't do that. Asad says, I'm honestly so impressed with how Arsenal dealt with the very good Fulham side away from home. I don't see other teams going to Craven Cottage and doing that. Fair enough. He did an all-nighter on Sunday. Like, I'm supposed to excuse that.
Yeah, all-nighter on Sunday, but a late shift. You know them way there.
Let's get one question from Mirad. He said, Peter, let's ask the question. Do our rival fans see Arsenal fumbling the league, or do they want to see us fumbling the league?
It's a want.
I'm both.
It's a want. They don't see us. They don't see us, Mirad.
I agree with Oscar. I see both. You know what? I don't want Arsenal, the players, to fumble. I want the fans to fumble. I want the fans.
100%.
It's the fans. It's not the team.
You
have likable players. You have very, very likable players.
But seeing like Saka and Emil Smith-Rowe crying on the pitch would
be great.
Why?
I didn't check feels.
It's everything, man.
Huh?
Oh no, that's the thing you need to understand. Is that a lot of the rival fans?
It's you lot.
A lot of the rival fans actually like your players. We actually do.
Yeah.
It's the fans. It's the fans.
I hear what you're saying. I hear what you man are saying.
You guys do too much. Too much.
Well, you know, it is what it is, guys. You know, when you're I'm not cocky. I'm confident. And when you say I'm the best, it's a compliment. 100 guns, 100 clips. Big up Jada Kiss. But listen, it is what it is. Oscar, let me ask you guys a question. Let me ask you lot a question. How many Arsenal players get into Team of the Year this season? Take your time. Take your time.
Robin, before you answer the question, this is exactly why we don't want to watch you guys win the league. Because you're going to be insufferable. You're going to put 11 Arsenal players in the Team of the Year. That's why.
11 shouldn't be in there. 11 shouldn't be in there. 11 shouldn't be in there. I'm asking you, how many? I'm saying 11 shouldn't be in there. 11 Arsenal players shouldn't be in the Team of the Year. But
I say Saka's definitely the best right winger.
One.
I think it really depends on the photo finish towards the end of the season because for me, I know everyone's going to say Rashi, but between Martinelli and Rashi, I think it's tight. I think Rashford's ahead right now, but I think it's tight. Like Martinelli only has 2 goals less than Rashford. And
I haven't got Martinelli in Team of the Year, but carry on.
He's Arsenal's top goal scorer.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't have Martinelli in Team of the Year.
He's Arsenal's top goal scorer on the way to winning the league.
Yeah,
you have to
put him in there, isn't it? You have to put him in there.
Nah, the Martinelli disrespect is too high. But
Oscar, not for me.
Potentially, I think Odegaard could get in there. Potentially,
it's not potential. It's a damn right guarantee. You can book him.
And then I go Saliba
over Gabriel, who's been better this season.
Pete, you know my thoughts. We've had this conversation.
You know my thoughts on Gabriel.
You
know my thoughts on Gabriel.
Gabriel stepped it up. Yeah.
He's been better than Saliba over the course of the season. Let's not do this.
I can't agree, man. I can't agree. He's had to recover.
From what?
I mean, look, we're talking about Fulham away, but you're not talking about Fulham at home. You know what I mean?
Oh, the first second home game of the league this season. Jesus.
Yes.
He's going back to August.
The North remembers.
Talk to me when he was at Ellen Road, huh? Talk to me when he was at by the way,
Ellen Road, when he gave away a penalty and VAR bailed him out.
Listen, because he went out. Listen, in London derbies this season, Arsenal every away game, clean sheet. Talk to me. London derby away game, clean sheet.
But Pete, was that fair? Those names? I don't think anyone else needs to be in Team of the Year.
Oh, who's a better right back than Ben White this season? Just asking. I'm just asking. Oscar, who's a better defensive midfielder than Thomas Partey this season? I'm just asking the question.
Pete.
I'm just asking the question. Let me ask you this. Let me push it further. I'm looking at Zinchenko and I see Luke Shaw. I do see Luke Shaw, but I'm looking at Zinchenko.
Shaw's better than Zinchenko. Yeah, I'm going Trippier on the right. I'm going Zinchenko on the left. I'll go Shaw on the left, sorry. Shaw on the left.
Let's Kieran Trippier and Shaw. How dare you?
There'll be a Newcastle player in there for some odd reason. There'll be a Newcastle player in there.
Let's get. No, actually, if we're being honest, we have to take Saka out and put Almiron in. I think that's fair. I think that's.
It'll be Sven Botman and Gabriel, but it'll be Saliba because he's a fan favorite. But it should be Gabriel in Team of the Year. It should be him.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough. You know, you've watched my Arsenal more intently than me, but I just think Saliba's been.
I'm just saying, bruv. Thomas Partey, Odegaard, Gabriel. It's not Gabriel. Yeah, Gabriel Magalhaes. Martinelli could potentially be in there.
Oh my goodness me, what I say? Who would be the other goalkeeper? I mean, the other midfielder that you put in there. If you're saying Odegaard and Partey, that's your list.
Yeah.
Who's the other midfielder that sits?
The other one. Let me think. Who's been outstanding in central midfield? It's tough. It's really hard to say, but it could be Bruno Guimaraes.
Yeah, I was going to say we could throw a Bruno Guimaraes in there.
It could be a Bruno Guimaraes in there.
It's the first year.
But also, I think McAllister's got a very good shout as well for Brighton. He's got a very good shout for Brighton there.
Kevin De Bruyne,
can't forget De Bruyne. Obviously, Haaland is centre forward. Like, let's just
that's what I was saying. Haaland's
There was no debate about that.
The goalkeeper, I think, will be Nick Pope.
I told you there'll be a Newcastle player.
By the way, but Kane, to be fair, Kane not making that list is scandalous. Kane will somehow shoehorn himself in there as well.
Yeah, let's get Saka out, Kane on the right. We go Rashford, Haaland, Kane.
Honestly, I wouldn't even be angry because Kane has to be in Team of the Year. Again.
Does
He's not gonna be in it. He's not going to be in it.
You
They'll
don't think?
switch up the formation. How?
Like he'll be on the left flank.
So that's Rashford. Rashford's got left
Of
flank
course,
covered.
Rashford. Yeah, of course, Rashford.
Rashford's
Yeah,
got
yeah.
left flank covered.
Yeah. Anyway, all right, we move on. Yeah.
He's not,
But
Rodgers
pick up the
today.
Arsenal FC.
Oh,
Rodgers.
any room for Calvin Phillips in that list?
Whoa, how many games has he played? He's had less minutes than Jesus.
So, do you see that Arsenal put up an advertisement for the Jesus injury documentary?
Oh,
What is
I
it?
love it.
Is it Triple H?
Why does he have a
Why?
documentary? What is it?
Guys, I'll just say this. I might feature in it. I might not, but I might feature
well,
it.
so what? Like your actual face? Your
I
actual
don't know
face?
if I made it. I don't know if I made the cut.
Why are
Anyway,
you on film?
I was on film, but I don't know if I made the cut, is what I'm saying. Anyway.
So your bean is on the screen.
The only thing I'll say is this, yeah. What was I going to say? What was I going to say to you? Ah, damn it, it's gone now. It's gone now. Anyway, guys, as you saw the clock after the game, yeah? 11 to go, yeah? 11 to go, people. We march on. If it comes back to me, I'll remember it. Let's move on, man. Chelsea got a win.
MSG, what pop?
I said that MSG.
Oh, the Triple H return.
I said, what pop? How dare you? 2002 is one of the biggest pops of all time. Nothing beats Stone Cold at Backlash, though, in 2000. My lord. That was an outrageous pop.
Nothing meets Dolph Ziggler at the Eyes on Center after WrestleMania 29.
What do you even call it? The
Out
eyes on
here to show the world. Out
Eyes
here
on
to
Center,
show
that's
the
what it
world.
was.
Come on. The big pop.
No, it was the
Big
Eyes on Center.
Eyes on? What
Yeah,
company
It was
eyes
the
on?
Eyes on Center.
Come on, it's the Verizon.
Anyways, let's talk about Chelsea. If
Chelsea.
Through to the last 8 of the Champions League, and a couple of wins on the bounce in the Premier League as well.
yeah, I'm not hearing Potter out. Potter out has gone very quiet.
On the bounce. Free on the bounce. Before Pierre, let me just show you. It's called the Eyes on Center, all right? It's called the Eyes on Center in New Jersey, right?
I know what I'm talking about. I thought you said eyes on. That's why I was like Verizon.
No, the Eyes on Center in Rutherford, New Jersey, right after WrestleMania 29. I know what I'm talking about. This is Dolph Ziggler here. But let's move it to the team that has won 3 games in a row.
Yeah.
Let's move it to the team that had a big grudge match in the Champions League against Borussia Dortmund, and we turned it around. Guys, did you not see what Borussia Dortmund did to Stamford Bridge? Did you not see what
He
these
did
fans
nothing.
did?
He did absolute niche.
No, Robin.
Other than paint the wall, other than they
Did
paint
you-
the stadium, that's what they did.
Robin, I've never seen anything like this. They had 6, I counted, guys. 3 upper tier, 3 lower tier. They had 6 flares in that away end. Insanity.
Only 6. No, there was way more than 6, Oscar.
There
was
There were 6.
Bro, it was one of the 10 plagues of Israel, of Egypt, for crying out loud. There was no way it was just 6. That's a 6 players caused all that commotion.
I literally asked. Is this Ligue 1?
in the shed.
I literally said, "Is this Ligue 1? Are we in France? Why is half the pitch covered in?"
I thought
covered in
Gold
yellow?
Dust was going to come out. I thought Gold Dust, Dustin Rhodes was coming out at Stamford Bridge. I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
Shattered dreams.
That's what they look like. But yes, Stan says the BT commentators said they couldn't even see anything. I couldn't see anything.
Bro, Oscar, in the first couple of minutes, they flagged Raheem Sterling offside. I said, how does that 4th official know? Because he can't see nothing. How can he flag? That's flagged. I said, you're a liar. You're a liar. You get.
First of all, the game was delayed by 10 minutes because Chelsea fans didn't let the Dortmund bus in. Yeah, that's first thing. Chelsea fans were there
Have you seen Fulham Road? Fulham Road is tiny.
Listen, you got to get to Stamford Bridge at like 3 o'clock for an 8 o'clock kickoff. Let me tell you right now, there's no way you're gonna get in there. Oscar, them man try to come in at 6:30, blood, for an 8 o'clock kickoff.
Oh, you mean the bus? Yeah. Nah, they should have come earlier.
You know, Stamford Bridge only has 2 entrances, and that's the only stadium I know. Bar Fulham. Fulham has 1 entrance, but Stamford Bridge, literally, you could only go in 2 narrow ways.
What do you mean? As in, like fan entrances or car entrances?
Both. Like one side, you can come in through the station from the underground, and then obviously where the bus goes around. Fans can still go around there as well.
It's free. There's the Bovril gate.
No, but that's still part of what? That gate is never open. That gate is never open.
It's just full of hot dogs, hamburgers, and half scarves. That's all that gate is for.
Yeah, man, come on.
And a flag. You know what I'm saying?
But again, Stamford Bridge.
It's proper become a second home for me the past couple of years. But anyway, back to the game. He said Bovril Gate. I think it's named after an ex-player. I think there was an ex-player called.
Yeah, I think there was. Yeah,
like that. But I need to do my research because I don't actually know. But there's the Britannia Gate, there's the Bovril Gate, and there's another gate somewhere.
You know how Chelsea, you know how Brexit Chelsea is. There's a Britannia Gate, blood. I said there's a Britannia Gate.
We got the Britannia Gate, lad. Dortmund fans were as far as Enfield when I was getting to the stadium. Yeah, apparently they marched to the stadium. I want to talk about the game quickly. One last comment. Assad says, "Oh yeah, Oscar, did you see how Chelsea are the first ever club in the Premier League to introduce an open iftar for the Muslim community during Ramadan? My club, you know." That is mad. I saw that today. I said, "Yo." So I guess what they're doing is they're opening up the stadium for iftar and people can just go there and eat. I don't know what. I don't have further information on how it's actually going to work, but it's a mad one. They had Koulibaly there doing a little promo about it. Wesley Fofana retweeted it saying, you know, he's really, really proud. Apparently, we're the first Premier League club to ever do something like this. So shout out to all the Muslim man them that fast during Ramadan. If you're Chelsea
trying to come from that deficit. Like, they got a big mountain to climb. They said, you know what, we're gonna go full left wing, yeah. Bang. We're gonna let the Muslims have their time, blood. That's what you know,
guys. The PR control. Bowley bought this club and said, "What do you mean? Why does everyone think we're racist? What do you mean?" You have to learn. You had to learn everything. Yeah, Adrian said Koulibaly on social media duty now. Fairs. Yeah, man, they got him out there.
It's so funny. Whenever I see Chelsea promote like hospitality tickets, yeah, and they got Koulibaly front and center, I'm thinking, yo, I wonder how many Donnies are clicking that. Yeah, seeing who's on that cover. I'm thinking if you stick a Chilwell, you know what I'm saying, you'll be fine. Mason Mount, you know what I mean? You'll get the Brexit crew. But it makes me laugh.
We've got an eclectic squad, man, and we've been, well, you know, Chelsea. As much as the fan base does have the perception of being a racist, whatever. We've got a lot of black legends, man. We've got a lot of black players who have done good things for the club. So
I think that's why I wonder, like, how do they cheer for them, man?
Oh, shut up. It's not that bad.
As I said, look, you know what I'm saying? Like, they come from a deficit, blood. Chelsea are coming from a deficit, bro. So they have to pull up trees to make people believe, yeah, they're a welcoming, family-friendly club. That's why.
Yeah, we're coming from behind, man. We're coming from behind. Pause.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know. I come on, man. I paused it. I didn't realize.
Oh, that's outrageous.
Okay. Let me get to the football. I'll quickly breeze through Dortmund. Chelsea did not play great against Dortmund, but we created a bag of chances. We flooded their goal with pressure in the first half. Shout out to Raheem Sterling on the second attempt. Shout out to Kai Havertz on the second attempt. But we advanced, man. And that was a big weight off Potter's shoulders. You can see he celebrated with the fans. He was doing all this fist pumping, which we've never seen from him before because the fans ain't really on his back.
They responded. Didn't they respond to that? On TV, it looked that way.
The Dortmund was probably the best atmosphere I've seen at Chelsea post-pandemic. Like, the fans were fully behind the team. The atmosphere was amazing. I think it's Champions League knockout. You know, everyone's up for it anyway. But because we had a deficit to overcome that actually felt quite doable, the people really got behind the team. And the fans, you know, it felt like we turned the corner on Tuesday. We roll now into Saturday.
I'll also say this, that Chelsea's pressure was immense that first half. But I just felt throughout the whole 90, Dortmund didn't really offer anything.
They didn't.
Nah.
I'll be real. They're not a good team. When we drew them, I knew we was going through because they're not that good. And I know that in this year, they've been on a mad run where they've been unbeaten. But even when I've watched their games, they've conceded goals. I just looked at them like, nah, I don't. Like, I watched the game where they won 4-3, and everyone's like, oh, Dortmund won again. And I'm like, I ain't that.
Did you watch it though? You know the way there. It's like, did you watch it?
Yeah, I ain't that. I ain't never been. Adrian says Streets is saying Chelsea actually been crazy for weeks. Go check that. Run it up.
What I would say about Dortmund though, like I feel like they came very different to what Milan did at Spurs. Dortmund came out as if they were a goal down from the first leg, and they were far too open, far too high, and Chelsea were getting in and around it. Now, don't get me wrong, Dortmund weren't playing liquid football. They got a lot of injuries. When Julian Brandt went down, you just knew, okay, maybe this is now the wind's blowing the other way, because Brandt has been one of their best players this season. But as you said, somebody just mentioned there, they didn't really offer. Dortmund didn't really, and I was getting annoyed with Dortmund. But I can't lie, I thought throughout the tie that Chelsea were going to go out. I just thought they were going to go out because they themselves were not putting chances away. Because how many chances did Chelsea want to have in order to score and put it through the line? Has there been a goal in Milan at the San Siro?
There is.
Oh, he's not giving it. He's not giving it. 86 minutes.
But yeah, I think just on that Chelsea game, like, but I think because Kai Havertz scored the penalty to make it 2-0, he scored it in like the 56th minute. So there was never a moment where I got to have the fear. You know, if we got to like the 60th minute or the 70th, I start to fear like, maybe we're not going to score, maybe we're not going to do this. But once we scored that goal, I was pretty confident we were going through. There was a little hairy moments at the end where they had some set pieces, but yeah, like Robin saying, man, Dortmund did not offer enough. That team is not good. Their best player is Jude Bellingham. Think about that. Their best player is Jude Bellingham. The player who I thought was excellent on the night, but you know, Peter doesn't really rate him. Your man Emre Can, man. Always been a big fan of Emre Can.
Why did you say that? Why did you say that?
You never rated him. Every time I talk about Emre Can, you don't want to hear it.
No, do you know what? He's overrated. He was overrated when he got that Liverpool gig, and it was just like, yeah, whatever.
I always liked him at Liverpool. I always thought he was
decent. Although Liverpool, when Liverpool got rid of him, it was almost like raw. Like they could
do with him now. I'll tell you that much.
Well, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, so we won that game. We advanced to the next round. We're waiting for the draw. We see who we get. But moving on to Saturday, Graham Potter then took his boys to Leicester City. And I have to caveat this with the fact that Leicester are awful.
Leicester,
like they are terrible. They are really bad.
They're terrible. They're terrible.
But we were really, really good. I mean, we scored 3 goals. We had 2 goals ruled out for marginal offsides. And I think the biggest thing we always talk about with Chelsea is how this team going to score? How are we going to score? But in this game, you had the creators actually putting chances on a plate for these players, you know. Enzo Fernandez, guys, we've got one.
Listen, we got one.
We got one. I can't lie. This guy, he's very quickly becoming my favorite Chelsea player. Like, he is a special player. Like, I remember the times when Pete used to get me tickets to go and see Arsenal, and I used to say to you, I'm going to watch Mesut Ozil. I'm not going to watch Arsenal because the way Ozil played. And there was periods of time when I was going to watch Chelsea and I was only there to see Hazard. I think I'm at that stage, guys, this season where I'm most excited to see Enzo Fernandez play for Chelsea. And the way this guy was hooping on Saturday, did you not see the passes Mama was playing? Do you not see the assist for Kai Havertz's goal?
Honestly, I just watched it like literally 5-10 minutes ago. He's a quality player. Oh, that boy is quality.
And he's constantly, like, he's the deepest lying midfielder for Chelsea at the moment. When he's playing with cover, he's the deepest one. But he's constantly threading balls forward. He's constantly looking for the opportunity to play that ball. His knack for creativity in terms of his eye, not necessarily the talent level yet, but the eye for creativity reminds me of Paul Pogba. Like, he's just always head up in the midfield looking, who can I play in? And he'll try it when it looks like you can't do it. There was moments when Chalobah came on. There was 2 moments in the game when Chalobah came on, right? Chalobah came on, played right wing back, yeah? Chalobah, he receives the ball. Enzo saying, pass to me, pass it. He passes back to the other centre-back. Enzo's fuming, yeah? Now, if you look at the 3rd goal that Chelsea score, it's same situation. Chalobah has the ball. He gives it to Enzo. Chalobah points to Enzo and says, pass it back. Your centre-back's open, pass it back. Enzo says, now bun that. Pings a ball across to Kai Havertz. Havertz into Mudryk, goal. And the goal comes out of nowhere. And that spark of creativity is something we lacked. All of us.
Cover as well. Good finish from cover.
Oh, excellent finishes. We scored 3 excellent goals this week. Can we talk about Ben Chilwell? Oh, my goodness me. He's won the European Cup.
And he's a great goal as well. And he probably giving it to the Leicester fans, eh? I guess they were giving it to him all right.
Oh, yeah, because first of all, I think they gave it to Chilwell in the FA Cup final when we played them and they beat us. This season when we played Leicester, Chilwell was on the bench. So when he was warming up, they were chanting. I can't remember what he said. You're on the bench. They were trying some chant with "You're on the bench." You're on the bench. Basically, you left us to sit on the bench, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And now, obviously, Chilwell's back in the team, back in fitness after his injury, playing really well. Was excellent against Dortmund. Now excellent again today on Saturday. So yeah, good spirits for Chelsea. I don't know how long it's going to last.
Did Fofana get it as well?
Pardon?
Did Fofana get it as well?
Fofana got dogs abuse. Fofana got dogs abuse. Absolute dogs abuse.
I'll say this though, Oscar. Looking at the stats, right? Look, Leicester had 17 shots against your 12. Leicester had 7 on target against your 6. Were Leicester actually more in the game than the result sort of portrays?
No.
You didn't feel the threat.
I think they were always reactive. They were always reactive to what we were doing.
Okay.
Like, remember, I told you Chelsea put the ball in the net 5 times in this game. 5 times. And that doesn't include chances we missed. I think we were clinical, which is something that's rare for Chelsea, but I don't think Leicester were in the game. Shout out, Balotelli says, if you don't win the CL, Chilwell's coming to City. Do you know what? Man City won Chilwell.
I wouldn't be surprised.
They want a left back.
It would be random.
Chilwell.
I'd be surprised.
Well, they want a left back. They've got Nathan Ake. They've shot around your place before.
Oh, when they said Nathan Ake, I was like, huh? Why?
Yeah.
See some random players.
Assad again saying Wes Fofana is the best in the Prem.
Wait. What's he saying about João Felix?
Yes, I was literally going to that comment now. Brilliant. Guys, I can't lie. I'm done with Felix. You know, I really thought he could add goals to his game, but his finishing is atrocious. He also drifts in and out of games. We better not spend 80 million on this guy. Now, this is a weird game to say that, considering he actually put the ball in the back of the net in this game. Unfortunately, it was ruled out for offside. But do you not think he has a point?
No, outrageous.
No, outrageous. Bring me João. Bring João.
And also Felix, by the way. I don't want to hear Felix anymore. He says my name is Felix. Yeah, so we're gonna call him João Felix. Now, he's a luxury player, no doubt about it, right? And if you get the right pieces around him, guess what? He's going to be a superstar at Chelsea. If you don't sign him in the summer, that's your loss. At the end of the day, that's Chelsea's loss. The guy's a gunman. He's a leng man, bro. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, how many bullets get left out of the gun in a year? Not many, but when it does happen, it's lethal. That's a disrespect on João Felix.
I actually agree with Peter. I think João Felix has been really good.
Show some respect.
João Felix. Sorry, my English not so good. No, he's been excellent. He's been excellent. I think I agree with Assad. Like he's not been impactful all the time. And there's he lost the ball for one of the goals that went in. By the way, Kepa, get me a new goalkeeper tomorrow, please. Get me a new goalkeeper.
Nice of you to come around.
What do you mean, nice of you to come around? I've been here since 1920. Don't do that to me.
Talking about it on the touchline. The man are kicking the Salernitana player on the floor.
There's a coach on the floor. There's a coach on the floor. What the heck's going on in this game?
In Italy, it kicks off, blood. Let me tell you, it kicks off, blood. Let me tell you now.
Cool off, man. Cool off.
That guy ain't getting home.
Pete, Assad says Lengman Ware averages 4 goals a season. He's just a juiced up guy. I think he's much like. I think I can see what he brings a little bit more.
Assad doesn't deserve. He doesn't deserve. He doesn't deserve.
And the worst thing about stuff like this is that when the goals and assists, when they start to come, then people like that will go, oh, he's amazing. And it's like, you have to see what he's doing. How can you watch that Dortmund game, the first half against Dortmund, and tell me João Felix wasn't amazing? Like, he can really, really bring creative spark to this team. And that's what we lack more than anything. Until we sign another creator that you can show me is better than João Felix, then no, I'm keeping João. Like, I want him to sign. I feel like he likes Chelsea. I feel like with the direction we're going in, Potter likes him. He likes where Potter plays him. And he's a little bit like, because Chelsea's the perfect club for him, I think, because he's going to play, he's going to get trust. The fans like him, but he's also going to get humbled. Like, not humbled in the sense that he needs it, but he gets taken off when he has a poor game. Like, he's not like a Kai Havertz who plays every week and doesn't get removed. Felix gets taken off when he plays bad. It's going to be so hard to keep saying Felix, by the way. But yeah, I think that's enough on Chelsea. I'm just in a positive mood right now. We've won 3 in a row. Everton next week. We have to keep that going. Everton at home. Come on, man.
Everton, who did beat Brentford, by the way, on the weekend. So it won't be easy for the Chelsea.
Let's mate.
For the Chelsea.
We've got Enzo in the middle. That's all that matters, man.
Shall we have a quick laugh at the Tottenham Hotspur?
Of course. Of course.
Oh, it's always nice to see an Italian side knock out Tottenham. That's always good to see. Yeah, I mean,
shout out to our good friend Tapping Tobes. I have never seen anger on a timeline more like him.
Did you not see Expressions' live stream? Go from the red card that Miro has and finish the stream. Guys, it's gold. It's absolutely gold. He is fuming. He's up and down. He's hilarious.
Bro, do you know both of them said the same, that in the same vein of things. So Expressions and Tobes, both after that game, yeah. Expressions says he phoned his mum and he asked her why. Why did you support Tottenham? Why did you make me support Tottenham? And then Tobes comes out and says, if I have a kid, when I have a kid, I will not force them to support Spurs. They will pick their own club. I said, Ross, like these men have been hurt. Like this is a lifetime of hurt for you to turn around and say, you know, why did I even pick this club?
Yo, X was like, I don't care about postcode blood. When have you seen them win a trophy, mum? When have you seen Bro, I died crying, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I was pissing myself laughing. It's always hilarious to see. You know what I'm saying? 0-0. Conte, is mugging the thing. At the same time, though, like if
the fans delusional.
Hey, Conte's a gooner, bro. I swear down. He was spitting bars. The guy said finishing in the top 4 is like winning the Champions League at Spurs. I died laughing. I said, nah, this guy is A1. He does not care, bro. Here's the truth of the matter, right? He's had a hard year. He's had a hard life at the moment, right? In the past year or so. And the guy said, listen, maybe the club might sack me. Maybe they might keep me. You know, like on air, live on air. This guy is saying, listen, bring me back to Italy, man. Bring me back to Italy ASAP, bro. Because Tottenham are a shower of garbage, bro. He says Tottenham have never...
Pete, in all of this, I know we hate Tottenham, and I know Tottenham are garbage, and I know it was never going to work at Tottenham. Is there not any of this that makes you look at Antonio Conte and think, this guy's a criminal?
I am looking at him.
Oscar,
we told you he was a criminal before he went there.
And you know what, Oscar? My perception of Conte has not changed. Shall I tell you why? Because he still made the top 4 with Spurs. Which, by the way, guys, we're looking at this season. Tottenham shouldn't make the top 4, should they? They shouldn't.
No.
Well, guess what? He might. Yeah, he might do it. He said last year it was a miracle. He was damn right when he said that, right? It was a miracle. To finish above Arsenal and Man United last season was a miracle.
Yeah,
for Spurs. For Spurs. It was miraculous, right? Okay, last 16 in the Champions League, they went out to AC Milan, right? They go out in the cups. Conte doesn't even get down about these cups, right? And everybody else cares about winning trophies at Spurs, right? Because it was all about, whatever. But tell me the difference between Jose Mourinho and Conte. Mourinho got to a cup final and got sacked, but never made the top 4. Conte's made the top 4 in his first year of asking. Yeah? And it was halfway through this, like not even halfway, but from November onwards to the season, he made the top 4. Oscar, there is no reason for me to change my perception because what he does, he spits facts. He spits facts. And you look at his transfer window, right, when everybody was loading it up, and you start to look at, you peel behind the onion, and I said to you guys, no, Arsenal had a better window than Spurs. That man bought Perisic. That man bought Jed Spence, who he didn't even know he had. That man bought Richarlison, who hasn't got a Premier League goal till now. We're in March.
And his comments made me laugh. What's
so funny is when they asked Conte, what do you think about Richarlison's comments? He said he's right. He's had a crap season. He's been injured, and he's got no goals. That's exactly what he said.
He's right.
one thing I would say about Conte, what I love about him, first of all, he's gangster. He's gangster. And also, he spits the bars. He spits the bars and he's TV gold.
Guys, can I just let people in the comments know, Peter was willing to get rid of Arteta for Conte.
I was. But the thing is, Oscar, but this is the thing. I keep saying it's the same thing with Mourinho. You have to give them the tools to succeed. Otherwise, if you don't give them the tools, guess what, guys? You do not progress with the football club. That's not on Conte alone. You might say, oh, Conte can't coach. Okay, fine. But you don't know Conte's resume. You've watched it for years. You've seen what makes him succeed. You've seen what's not made him succeed, what's seen him fail. Okay? The truth of the matter is this.
That's it.
Oscar, let's be very clear. If he finishes 5th this season, right, which he well might, right, has he failed at Spurs in his career? Has Jose Mourinho failed at Spurs in his career? Guys, you have to understand, Tottenham are garbage. Don't come to me with this conversation about Tottenham Hotspur.
Adrian says Conte has enough.
Sorry. To do what? If we're arguing about the cup, losing to Sheffield United in the FA Cup and blah, blah, I'm with you on the domestic cups, for sure. But guys, Tottenham cannot win a Premier League title. Tottenham cannot win a Champions League title. And Tottenham their target is to finish in the top 4. So holler at me, guys. Holler at me. Who's 4th in the league right now? Who's 4th in the league right now? And the thing is, we talk about Spurs like they've had a garbage year. But guess what? They are 4th. So what does that say about the rest of them?
Yeah, but we know, but we've already discussed that, Peter. We've already discussed what it's like, what the rest of the league is like. We've already discussed what the rest is like.
Thank you. Oscar, Conte is a gangster manager. Whether we like it or not, he's frigging gangster. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. He takes no BS, blood. That's the truth of the matter. And what's his name? Mourinho hotted up Spurs when he was there. But Daniel Levy was bare starstruck with Finger, as we saw in All or Nothing. He's starstruck with Conte. Conte is telling Mandem, that Tottenham are not ready to compete at the level. And he said it all year. And you know what he said this week? We don't have the foundations in place. So it's not even like, oh yeah, we're still building, we're trying. He says we don't even have the foundations at Spurs. Tottenham are garbage, and he knows it. And he knew it 3 weeks when he walked into the job. He says, I now understand the situation.
I now understand the situation.
And he's not, and the thing is, him and Levy will be having talks, honest talks. And Conte will be telling Levy will be saying, look, surely you can get better out of this team. And he says, I'll show you Man City squad. I'll look at Arsenal squad. I'll look at Man United squad. Liverpool are having a bad year, but look at their squad. Chelsea spend 500 million. Yeah? And what have I been given? I've got 60 million. I bought it on Richarlison. Yeah, he did sign it. But what's Arsenal's budget compared to Spurs? And Spurs have spent less than Arsenal, who were in the Champions League.
But you got Jesus for what, a similar price, no?
40 million, 45 million quid.
No, even less. Let me read some of Adrian's comments and then you can respond to that and we can move on after that. Adrian said he signed Richarlison for 60 million, by the way. He has Danjuma, one of the best wingers in Europe that he doesn't even use. Pedro Porro was one of the most promising right-backs on the continent, one of his biggest threats. He takes him off when he needs a goal. He took off Kulusevski to bring on a defender when they were goal down. As he builds the foundation. Oscar, what's he been doing there?
Oscar, Adrian, that's a disgraceful question, what you just asked there. What's he been doing? He got them in the top 4. He's in the top 4 now. What should a Tottenham manager be achieving at Spurs? None of you lot can answer me that question. None of you can. Because the manager currently in charge is doing it. When you say he can do more what? Okay, go out in the quarterfinal. Okay, fine. Go out in the quarterfinal because they're never winning the Champions League. Okay, finish, 3rd in the league. Never gonna happen. Never gonna happen. Their squad is crap, guys. Crap. Yeah.
But so Pete, don't you think you have to try and build something that makes me believe that you can get there? Like something that makes so for example, if I'm a Spurs fan right now, I should be thinking, okay, this guy's nearly getting me in the top 4. As you're saying, in the Cups, we've been underwhelming, but we're not expected to win the Champions League anyway. If we give this guy 200 million in the summer, he should improve this team. And then maybe 3rd is a possibility. Maybe a Champions League semi-final is a possibility. Maybe an FA Cup win is a possibility. At the moment, there's nothing that shows you that backing Antonio Conte makes you think that Tottenham are going to start winning.
Okay. So here's the thing. When he's at Juventus, he needs money. He's the best team in the country, but he needs money. When he's at Chelsea, he needs money to do anything at Chelsea Football Club. When he's at Inter, and he was giving money. No. I'm not saying he wasn't giving money. What I'm saying is, at Chelsea, he had dough, right? At Inter, he had dough. Now, these are clubs at the pinnacle of their leagues, right? Chelsea up there, top team in England. Inter, top team in Italy. Juve, top team in Italy at that time. He's then gone to Spurs. He's already at a deficit. I need more money than what I had at Chelsea and Inter combined. I need more money for you to make me think Spurs will go there. If Spurs fans, listen, if the football is your issue, my football is boring to watch. No arguments made there. But if we're looking at the results, because guess what? Men lie, women lie. Stats, numbers, points on the board do not lie. They finished 4th last year. They are 4th now. Everyone at Spurs needs to shut their mouth because they went through the Ryan Masons, they went through the Pochettino, and yeah, they didn't back Pochettino. But if you think Conte can win leagues or win Champions League or compete in them with this squad, guys, you lot are smoking Buju Banton. That's what it comes down to.
Okay, that's it. It's been a very interesting debate there. Very interesting debate.
I just don't even get why there's a debate for it.
We'll live on to see what happens at this Spurs situation because, you know, Conte is a show. It's a show. Every week we're going to get a new story on this one.
By the way, I remembered what my Arsenal point was before that. I forgot. 2 things. Mikel Arteta 100th Arsenal win. Big up him. Number 2, we brought on 5 players, right, off the bench, and we didn't use Jorginho or Emil Smith-Rowe. Look at the depth we finally got when our players are fit. And Eddie's still injured. So just wanted to say that. Anyway, let's go through these results real quick, yeah? I'm sure I thought there would be more on the Conte stuff, but anyway. City winning at Palace. Thank you very much, Elise. You clown. Gifting Man City.
I didn't see the game. What did Elise?
Oscar, the foul that he
it was a blatant pen. It was a blatant pen. You want to see blatant pens? Oh, it was a blatant pen.
Oh, so he just gave away a penalty.
The foul he does in the penalty area, Elise, I beg you go watch it. It's a disgrace. The fact that BBC is not that guy. Elise is 2nd place. Let me tell you, or 3rd place after those referees at Old Trafford. 3rd place at least. Anyway, Spurs winning 3-1, even though we talked about their defeat. They won 3-1 against Nottingham Forest. And that's the other thing. Conte and Spurs, they're beating these games. They're winning these games that people at United and Chelsea and whoever else, Liverpool, they're flopping these games. Spurs
Forest at home.
Huh?
Forest at home.
They beat Forest 3-1 at home.
Who's flopping those games?
No, what those type of games? United drawing with Southampton, Chelsea even losing.
When they don't matter, when the pressure's not there.
You know what I'm saying? What with Spurs,
if that's the case.
No, but I'm saying Spurs are there. Like, I'm talking about the people fighting for the top 4 place. Okay, United are probably not fighting for top 4, but they can't just be relaxed. They got to be on job.
No, we can't be relaxed. We're not relaxed yet.
Yeah, we got to be on job. Okay, what else? Leeds 2, Brighton 2. Good result for Leeds, I must say. Down near the bottom. Also a good result for Everton, beating Brentford 1-0 as well. Fantastic scenes. Newcastle 2-1 win against Wolverhampton Wanderers. West Ham 1, Aston Villa 1. Shaky ground there. That wraps up this weekend. By the way, I just want to say something.
It's shaky at the bottom.
Let me tell you something right now. This league is poor.
The bottom.
This league is poor. Because from 12th place, Crystal Palace on 27 points. They are 5 points clear from 20th place. With Southampton 22 points. Guys, shaky warrior. Stick a fiver on like a Crystal Palace or someone going down. Someone that's higher up. Even a West Ham. West Ham are still 17th in the league. Guys, this relegation battle is real. Yeah, it's real. Goal of the week, guys. It's got to be Kai Havertz, man. That was nasty. Nasty.
But Pete, even Ben Chilwell's finished.
I like Ben Chilwell's finish. Don't get me wrong, because he shot from range. But for me, what hit me in the field, what turned me on?
Yeah,
Kai Havertz goal.
By the way, I tweeted that in the evening, like. VAR ruins the game. Like if you see Kai Havertz goal, he doesn't even celebrate. He thinks he's offside. He doesn't celebrate the goal.
It does.
Shocking. Absolutely shocking. Score a goal like that and to not celebrate.
Yeah. No, it's actually mad. But yeah, my count is Kai Havertz.
Yeah, big up Endo. This was a horrible weekend of football when you deep the fixtures.
Yeah,
it was really bad.
Nothing went on. Anyway, any other votes, guys? Kai Havertz.
Kai Havertz is mine.
Yeah,
Yep.
Kai Havertz.
Kai Havertz is goal of the week. Team of the player of the week. Who's the player of the week? Leandro Trossard, people. Leandro Trossard, people.
This.
Oh, Oscar, I swear to you, he could have had 5. He could have had 5. He sends one to Xhaka. Xhaka's 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper.
It is hard to argue. So
yeah, it's very hard to argue. Big up Leandro Trossard.
But I'll also say player of the week. We can bring an ex-player back in the day, Gary Lineker. He got the BBC to apologise.
Yeah, he made the BBC apologise. That's some strength right there. Let me tell you. Yes, Gary Lineker is part 2 of player of the week. Team of the week. Who's your team of the week, guys?
Arsenal.
Nah, come on, man. Bournemouth.
You know what? Everton. Oh yeah, Bournemouth. Yeah,
Bournemouth. How can I forget about them?
The Cherries, after losing, and they were close against Arsenal on the weekend last weekend. Then they gone and beat Liverpool.
We're going back through the weeks. How about the team that slapped up Dortmund and then had a win on the road?
By the way, that penalty infringement thing is a load of nonsense as well. That's a load of tosh. Chelsea players were further in the box than frigging the Dortmund player was. Anyway, say nothing.
Endo asks, would you rather know how you die or when you die?
Oh God. I guess when.
Yeah, I guess when.
I don't want to know how.
It'd have to be when.
It would have to be no.
If you knew how, you could just prolong it, couldn't you?
Yeah, you could just try and be extra careful, Blend. But then
I die in a plane crash. Okay, well, I'm just never getting on a plane again. The plane's gonna have to crash. The plane's gonna have to crash into me. Like, I'm never getting on a plane.
Yeah, that's a good shot, actually. It's a very good shot. Actually, I guess you'd probably want to know.
When is better because you can just plan your life. You can literally just plan it.
Yeah, true. You cannot worry. You will worry less.
Yeah, I think you'd worry less. Yeah, if you knew
worry less.
Because you know you're not going to die before that.
Or you just know that it don't matter.
Crazy stuff. I mean, bungee jumping.
Bro, you know what I'm saying? The day before, bro, I might do something outrageous. And it's like, even if the feds are like, yeah, we're going to put you in for 30 years. It's all right, bro, I'm going tomorrow. You know the ones.
Yeah. Adrian said, imagine you find out you slip in the bathtub. You can't ever take a confident bath. Never. Every bath is on edge. Everyone.
Bro. I need to find a disabled bath, a sort of a disabled friendly bath, blood, just so that everything is stationed. You know what I mean? No slip up.
Endo said, I'm definitely going to choose when so I can show love to my friends and family before I die.
Oh,
look at that. all right. So, team of the week is Bournemouth. Who's not that guy? Clearly the BBC.
Is
it the British Broadcasting Corporation? Is that what it stands for?
You said two C words there. I don't know.
No, British Broadcasting Corporation.
You said company corporation.
Yeah. No, as it was a delete.
People called the C other things, but what? PG channel.
Right for that. Love that.
Endo said, "I'm gonna headlock my aunt who used to bite my toes before I died."
Raw.
And on that note,
I don't think there's anything else to add.
On that note, people, I won't even go into next week's fixtures. Oscar, guess who's on TV though this weekend? This Friday.
Yeah, before we get to that, Champions League. Come on, man.
Champions League. Okay. Let me go. Listen, I'm not in the Champions League. I don't know what's going on.
What game is tomorrow? I don't know what's tomorrow. I know what's on Wednesday.
Tomorrow is City, RB Leipzig.
Yeah.
And Porto against Inter Milan.
Milan and City.
Dead day of football. Let me tell you.
Porto versus Inter Milan is a Europa League game. I'm sorry.
You know what you're going to get more action out of? Millwall Swansea. You know what I'm saying? You better get some championship on.
I was very looking forward to coming home and having some Champions League entertainment. I guess not. I'm going to watch.
Not having football today has been dross, blood. But then I had Serie A. That Serie A caught me nice, boy. Caught me nice. Anyway,
and then Wednesday is Liverpool.
The Europa League and the conference highlights.
Oh, yes. Slush.
I got Sevilla there. Alcaraz.
Eric Lamela.
Who?
Eric Lamela scored for Villa. I was thinking for Sevilla. I thought I knew this guy.
Bro. Wednesday we've got Premier League action before we get into the Champions League. Brighton at home to Palace, the M23 derby.
Guys, on Wednesday there's 2 Premier League games. None of them televised.
It's a farce. But don't worry, you got Champions League action. Southampton at home to Brentford. Let's be honest, Oscar, you ain't watching either of those games anyway. When you've got
Southampton fan, am I?
When you've got Napoli,
Liverpool.
when you've got Napoli, Frankfurt, and you got
All right, Jen, question.
Go on.
Could Napoli win the Champions League? They could. By the way, did you see the goal that they scored on the weekend? What's my name? It's hard to pronounce. Number 77.
Okay. I know exactly what you're talking about.
He done the dance, blood. He done man's dance. What a goal that was.
Yeah, that was an insane goal.
Europa League action, you got Real Betis at home to Manchester United, as well as Arsenal at home to Sporting Club de Portugal.
You got a 3-0 lead. I think we'll be all right.
Okay. And then Forest at home to Newcastle on the Friday night football. I think we're going to go for it. I might go for a Forest home win.
Forest at home to who?
So Newcastle Friday night football. On TV, Oscar, Friday night football.
Guys, come on, man. Something
has to give.
I'm not going to watch that.
What's annoying with Friday night football is that no one watches Friday night football because Friday you're doing something. And that means there's no 12:30 kickoff on a Saturday. That's annoying.
Is it?
Yeah, no.
Is that a rule?
I guess there's an FA Cup, that's why. I think there's an FA Cup.
So there is football.
Well. Yeah.
Wait, this weekend, is there no Premier League football this weekend?
No, there's both.
No, it's a mix now. It's got to that point in the FA Cup where it's a mix of Premier League and FA Cup at the same time.
Chelsea on TV, that's all good.
Sorry to disappoint you guys. The FA Cup football on Saturday is at 5:45. Man City at home to Burnley. There is no 12:30 football on Saturday.
So Man City are playing at the same time, but Chelsea are playing Everton in the league.
Correct. That is correct. What I would say is, do yourself a favor and get watching the. You can either watch the Spanish Primera League, La Liga, with Alvarez against Cadiz at 1:00, or you can watch Monza against Cremonese in the Serie A.
So, guys, I am trying my absolute hardest because I actually didn't know that I was going to Barcelona until the very last minute. I'm trying my hardest. I'm trying my absolute hardest to get an El Clasico ticket, but the prices, hey,
really?
The prices, yeah.
Oh, that's a shame,
fam. It's nearly 4 figures for a single,
brother. You just need to show them your RAF card, blood. Say, listen, yeah, I'm working for the big dogs. Just let me in. Okay.
Yeah, Adrian's not lying. They sold out in 10 minutes. So it's the resales.
Really? What sold out?
El Clasico.
El Clasico in 10 minutes.
Yeah. El Clasico. All right. And then on Sunday, people, we've got Chelsea were playing Everton 5:30 kickoff. We expect Chelsea to win that. Sunday, Arsenal at home to Palace, 2:00 kickoff.
Why is that on TV?
Is it not?
It's not televised.
Because you've got Brighton at home to Grimsby Town in the FA Cup.
Oh, Peter.
Burnley. Man United at home to Fulham. United are at home. So there's another round of FA Cup football. Man United will have to suffer.
Yeah, Endo's right, man. El Clasico has been trash since 2017.
True that.
I just want to buy one and say I was there. I've been there. I've seen it.
Oh, yeah. I didn't say that to dampen your team. Definitely go.
Yeah. Right.
I'll see if I can. We'll see.
That wraps up this week's Top 4 podcast. Make sure you share, like, and subscribe at Top 4 Podcast on the Twitter, on YouTube, on Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, the Instagram, people. Make sure, get interactive. Let's get talking during the week, yeah? Before you catch us back here live next Monday, 8 p.m. Until then, people, peace.